Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Grab your blasters of blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and 3 scoundrels draw. On this episode, we have Bones, Wombrat, myself, and a special guest, Gnomercy. Welcome, Gnomercy. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. How's everybody?
Good.
All good.
Obviously, to introduce you a little bit, you're from the Hutts House of the Hutts.
Okay, even you did it. Even you did it.
Yeah,
So don't even get on to me now. It's a Hutt cartel house.
See,
Hutts Hangout.
I have an excuse. It's 11 o'clock at night. I've had a long day.
You
have big week at work. Yeah, I haven't had any. That's probably half the problem. Yeah. So, what GP at? Where are you in GAC? We'll start with that, I guess.
All right. So my GP currently is 7.74 mil. And I'll be honest with you, I have not been focusing on GAC too much. So as of right now, I'm in Bronzium 3.
Okay.
So I have not.
So you're the guy with all the GLs just beating the shit out of everybody.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. And what I'm waiting for is to have a good enough team, like good enough teams and mods. Like I feel like I can't compete in those higher ranks just yet because I just don't have enough good amount of teams to fight back. Right. Like I can make good defense, but I just don't have enough offense to fight back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what were you at? What sort of level did you get to?
So,
were you in Kyber at any point, or?
No, I've never been in Kyber. The farthest I've gotten to is Chromium. That was as far as I got. Yeah.
Fair enough. GAC is not a huge thing for you.
It is because I'm very competitive, right? But I'm always in the mindset of don't get into competition if you're not ready for it yet.
Okay.
Right? Like I don't want to go in there half-assed and then always, losing. I want to go in there fully ready. Like, granted, my ships are amazing. The only ship I'm missing is Leviathan, but ships isn't all of GAC. It's all the characters as well too. So that's where my account is lacking, and I think that's where most of my GP is all the ships and not on the characters. So
yeah,
that's what I'm working towards. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite game mode?
Favorite game mode, definitely the Fleet Arena. Definitely my favorite game mode.
You're a weirdo.
I am a weirdo. But you know why, though? It's because that's where we get our crystal income. As a free-to-play player, I remember when I started this game, I looked up, like, tips and how to, start the game and what to look for and what was the most important thing. And every game I play, you always try to look for what's the most important currency. Right? The most important currency in this game is the crystals, right? Of course, your energy also, plays a big part, but your crystal income is what's going to help you boost your account. And ever since I started, like I've been following tips, I was able to get fleet rank 1 since the start of my fleet journey.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just been this like constant being ahead of everybody. I was the first one to get profundity in my fleet pod. I was like the second to get executor, and right now I'm projected to be the second to get Leviathan.
So, do you have a shard chat thingy?
We do. We just created it. I would say like 2 months ago. This was prior to. A funny story. This is prior to the new ship coming out, and everybody was all about profundity, and everybody had the executor, right? And they were easily getting beat by the profundity, so I was easily just blowing through everybody. And then this new ship comes, and this poor guy who created the chat was also a profundity user. Now he can't even reach top, I want to say 20. So he kind of gave up on the chat. So I kind of, took the reins on it because I have most of all the fleet except the Leviathan. So everybody's been very cordial in that chat, and I do recommend that if you do have, a fleet pod like that, to join one.
I don't think I've ever been asked to join mine, and I'm pretty sure that they would not let me in because I get down to and Bones can back this up. I get down to about 13, and the next time I log in, I will be 100.
What?
Yes. I sit in 35 to 50, and they just leave me alone. I collect my 50 gems a day, and that's it. But as soon as I get down to, probably 20, and if I sit there and I'm not actively watching it, next minute I'm way 80, 100. I don't think
Welcome to
I don't think
Shard
I've hit
Mafia.
150, but I've
Jesus
definitely
Christ.
hit over 100.
I didn't know it was that bad. I guess it's for the older accounts, right? I guess everyone kind of has Leviathan. Everyone just kind of has the major ships. So your rank 1 through 10 is not safe. It's kind of just all over the place right now, right?
Yeah. So that is kind of like a Shard Mafia sort of thing where you've got such an established one that they just know, this is what the top 20 is. If anybody outside of that list goes into the top 20, they'll have people all the way down to the low hundreds, and they will purposely bump you through them.
Correct. Yeah, and that's kind of what the chat looks like. Yeah, the chat looks like, somebody we don't know is in the top 20, and then next morning you see them, they're like in 38, 40. You're like, oh.
So I'm looking at my fleet shard right now. There is a profundity sitting at number 3, and an executor sitting at number 50. Everything else is Leviathan, and 7-star. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll just kind of show you my ranks, right? So I'm just going to go over everything. There is one Leviathan at rank 5. I'm currently at rank 1 because I just got my rewards. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just say more than half is Executor. And maybe there's 1 profundity, 2 profundities. There's 2 profundities. The rest are negotiators and... we are still not at that point where everyone has a Leviathan.
So for my large account, the top 50 is all Leviathan. For the baby account, there is a Leviathan, but he gets knocked down to 15th every day. He does take first, and there's a few of us that can tweak it and get past it, but there's more people that can't. My account, I'm not spending to get everybody to a minimum of R7 just so I can knock out profundities. When I play GAC, I don't have my levy available, so it's okay. I don't care. If you want to put it on defense, put it on defense. I'm just not going to touch it. I'm going to clear everything else. I'm just not going to touch it.
Yeah, and there's also a really cool Discord that they just added me to. It alerts you when someone's either attacking you or your rank goes up or down.
Yeah.
Which is I didn't even know that existed, and that's insane. All of a sudden you're getting an alert, hey, someone's attacking you. Now I know information. Now I know who the hell keeps bumping me down.
Yeah.
That's kind of you can hold massive grudges like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That bot's been around a while. It is a good bot. But
yeah, I just learned about it. It's crazy. I didn't know that even existed.
Yeah, that bot I think came out about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
But not every server was using it because it's not the most stable thing. Sometimes it makes mistakes. You basically have to, whoever puts it in has to watch it like a goddamn hawk.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, one of those.
All right. So, I did forget something actually. And it doesn't look like it's coming through from StreamerBot, unfortunately. So, we have sort of mentioned it but it's always been at the end of the podcast. And Bones reminded me that I probably should do it at the beginning so that people are more likely to be online, right? So at the end of each of our episodes, we are doing like an after party, for lack of a better word. So anybody who is a VIP, which is the channel redemption points, so it's sort of like our free to play subscriptions, and also anybody who is subscribed, there is a special channel thing. We'll jump in there after the podcast. You come and sit and talk the shit with us, make fun of Bones' really shit takes in that episode, or just hang shit on the Chiefs as well because they lost, I think. Apparently,
don't even talk shit if you don't even know anything about football. You can't say shit. We're still number one.
Well, yeah, okay.
So what Mike's trying to say is you have a VIP program. Imagine you're in the nightclub and you want to go hang out with the celebrities in the back that's roped off. You can pay money to the club to go hang out with us. Or if you suck enough dick or do enough favors for the drug dealers, they'll also get you in there for free. There's different alternatives to doing that. The dick sucking way is through the VIP in the Pinecone Redemption channel. Otherwise, if you sub, you can do that too. But yeah, afterwards, we just have it integrated. It knows that if you're subbed or not or VIP, and there's a special place for you guys to come hang out with us. And sometimes not all of us can be there, but I'll at least be there. Mike's probably going to be there, but we hang out for about 45 minutes to an hour. If no one shows up, we just end up leaving after about 20 minutes. So far, 2 weeks in, no one showed up. So subscribe, come hang out with us, and it's always a good time.
Okay.
Please pay us and don't suck any dick, guys. We don't want you guys sucking dick. we just pay the couple bucks. It's worth it.
Yes. So yeah, now we've got that out of the way. Let's jump into Gnomercy's 3x3. Okay, so everybody sort of would have an idea by now if you've listened before, but for anybody new, when we have a new guest on, we basically have them give us 9 characters or ships even that are somewhat important to them, whether it's like an important character in the movies that they liked, or whether it's I don't know, just the first time they got a GL, something like that, right? So Gnomercy has given us his 9, and he's got Darth Vader, Jabba the Hutt, Boba Fett, Jedi Knight Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Old Ben, sorry, Hermit Yoda, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. That's the Conquest one. So
hold on, before we get too much farther, Essex Hammer subscribed and Jack Daniels subscribed. Thank you guys. Oh shit, Nar just gave out 10 community subs, and we are hyping up. The train is hyped. Thank you guys, Nar. Thank you so much for the love as always, man. I can't thank you enough, buddy. Nar's been there since day one with me. Essex, Jack Daniels, same with you guys. Thank you guys. That's actually, is that our first hype train?
No, we have had one before, but this will be an all-time record regardless.
Thank you, guys. Nice. It means a lot, guys. It really does.
Yeah.
We love you guys dearly. This is why we do it for you guys. So now you guys don't have to suck any dick, thanks to Nar.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Nar just guys saved you guys from a dick sucking for a whole month. So you guys better be thanking him. All right, we love you guys. We can continue on, but once again, I can't thank you guys enough for the love.
That's gonna feed Bones' kids for the week. All those subs.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yep. My kids don't have to eat pine cones, and you don't have to suck dick.
Bane was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
just for subscribing to the Hutts Hangout. Think of how much you saved. All right, continue on, Mike. Sorry.
Yes. All right. So, so we've said what his 9 were. So, first character on the list, Darth Vader.
Yeah. So, ideally, if you look at this list, what jumps out to you, right? This is all movie characters. This is kind of the reason why I jumped into this game 2 years ago, right? I really, as a kid, loved watching Star Wars. These 9 characters jumped out to me when I watched the movies, right? Darth Vader, of course, very iconic. Jabba the Hutt, awesome, right? Boba Fett, probably the best bounty hunter. Then we have the whole story with Jedi Knight Luke, and I kind of put Darth Vader and Jedi Knight Luke kind of together right there, so that way, that story was iconic. Obi-Wan kind of just watching over, Luke Skywalker, kind of being that dad type of feeling. Hermit Yoda, another great teacher. And then, the 3 on the bottom, when I watched that movie and that fight scene, that kind of solidified my love for Star Wars. That, that whole fight scene with Qui-Gon and Padawan and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, that was like the wow factor for me, right? So all these characters here are just kind of like, what I grew up to and what I loved about Star Wars. Notice that there's not any new characters, right? I just don't. Again, I don't fall into that new. I don't fall into that new Star Wars. I don't fall into Rey. I don't fall into this future Rey. I don't fall into the TV shows. And in fact, that Boba Fett, do not tie that with the Book of Boba Fett. I do not. And I did not enjoy that. Again, I loved the old stuff where Boba Fett was a badass and it looked really cool. I don't care about the whole great the imagery, like what we have now where everything looks hyper realistic and crazy stuff. I really didn't even care about that. The story is what I loved, right? The story is what really kept me into Star Wars, and now I'm kind of losing that with all the new stuff that's coming out because I haven't gone wow to a movie of Star Wars, except like the last one was like Rogue One. And, that was kind of like the end of the wow for me. The TV shows, granted, The Mandalorian started off really strong. Now The Mandalorian has kind of become the book of what's her face, the female Boba Fett. Yeah, no, the female Boba Fett. Right now it's just become. It's not even Mandalorian anymore. Now it's just the book of Bo-Katan, rather, right? So it just becomes. I might
be sucking some dick because I love. No one ever agrees with my takes. You're like right there. I might suck your dick, Gnomercy, for all these takes, by the way.
Listen, I'm very old school, man, and I like my old school stuff, and it's funny because when I think about it, we always laughed at our parents like, back in the days, we used to have this, and this was amazing, and you're like, all right, Dad, fucking crazy, right? Now you look at it now, you're like, damn, I'm like my father. I like the old stuff. I like the stuff that I grew up to, right? And what I'm afraid of is what my kids are growing up to. And they're just like, oh, well, Star Wars is, these 2 twins that had powers before Anakin. And I'm like, no.
Actually,
we gotta delete that from your mind, please.
Actually, Disney has made it to where kids don't give a fuck about Star Wars.
Well, that is also true.
I'm not saying there's not a few kids that play. I've met some teenagers that play SWGOH but even I've met teenagers that play SWGOH who haven't watched them all. I had to force Grax. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Grax recently I had to force him to watch the fucking all of them. He just played the game. He didn't know he knew Star Wars from the game. I was like, dude, you can't give me any opinions on Star Wars. I had to force him to go watch it. He loved them, of course.
Yes.
But so kids don't care, because Disney has ruined the hype for it. And like you're saying, because of my father, Star Wars is my father went and saw Star Wars the first day it came out in the 70s, right? So it's ingrained in his heart. Star Wars is part of his life. And because of that, I grew up at 2 years old, falling asleep in the chair by myself watching Star Wars. There's pictures of me doing that. So it's also ingrained in my heart because of my father. And you kind of said the same thing, where it's not the same thing. My kids just didn't latch on. I watch it all the time, but my kids just don't care. For whatever reason it is, it's a very different generation. But to also, I want to say something about what you were saying about the realism. I feel like it's less realistic today. And I think it kind of started with Attack of the Clones, kind of started with Phantom Menace. But the reason the original trilogy is so good is because it was all practical effects. Some of the backdrops were art, and it was such good art you can't even tell. I can't remember. It's some kind of art. I can't remember what it's called. but it's very hyper realistic art. They just had it as the background. They didn't have CG back then. And then he later on in the '90s he goes and puts CG in there. Look how bad it looks. It sticks out. Those the special editions. But I miss practical effects, and George Lucas kind of ruined that with the prequels, because he revolutionized cinema with the original trilogy, right? And then he kind of revolutionized it again, maybe not in the best way, with the prequels, because by the time Attack of the Clones happened, if you see the behind the scenes, there's no practical effects. It's all green screen, like fucking everything. There's the characters, and then it's all green screen. There's boxes they're jumping off of and stuff. Now, Phantom Menace had a mix of that. It was practical effects with CG, but then the next two, it was just like, I'm not saying I don't like the prequels, but like, and then after that, the entire industry just switched to CG. Think of like Terminator, think of Alien, such great iconic movies in the '80s that were just all practical effects. And that brings realness, that brings you into the show. Now it's like, even, like, I love Infinity War, and I love a lot of the older Marvel stuff, and it would bring me in, but it's still all CG. It still doesn't look like it's real. It's still entertaining.
Right.
But so that's what I really like about it. But continue on. I got to go run and take care of the wife, but continue on with it. But I do love the takes. Keep it going. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think they just focus too much on the visuals and not in the story. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
There's actually an update with Boba Fett season 2, the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh no.
The actor Tamura Morrison has actually said it's uncertain whether there's a season 2. And I mean, he's that come up on my news today, so he's like the main actor. So if he's not sure,
there's no show.
It's probably not likely to happen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, did anyone really like the Book of Boba Fett? I mean, it made him look so soft. Like, to me, Boba Fett was kind of like this hired gunman, right? And as long as he was hired and he did something, like, he didn't have an opinion. He just, all right, you hired me for this? Cool. Boom.
Yeah. The main thing that sticks out from me against the Book of Boba Fett is the line between Vader and Boba Fett in the original Star Wars trilogy, where it's when this time no disintegrations. It's that moment of, oh shit, what's he done in the past? That means Vader has to specify that.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I much prefer that style of Boba Fett over this one. Do I think the series is bad? No. Is it great? No. It fills in more story, yes. But it's just not the Boba Fett all of us grew up with. That's the main part.
Yeah, Fennec Shand was good to see her, and probably would have been better if it was just like her and Mando, if it was just called season, 2.5 of Mando. Yeah. And it was just those two running around doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as what I saw with Mandalorian 2, Mando started really strong. I really liked, the first season. And then it just became, why is Mando getting caught so many times? And why does he need saving so much? And why does he, it just becomes, okay, now this isn't about Mando, it's about Bo-Katan. So now we're going less on Mando and more on Bo-Katan. And it just seems like it's just this, you gave us a really good first season, and then it's just kind of going downhill. Like, I picture him riding that Rancor, that big monster that's underneath the water, with the sword and everything. And now it's just like, I don't even image that anymore. Now I just see Bo-Katan doing it, and it's like, oh, I never liked her character to even begin with.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, the Mythosaur was a good point. But then it was like, the shit that they could have done from that point to make that series absolutely insane, they didn't do. They gave up, and it was like, you've just done what is probably the best CGI I've seen in a long time. Because if you weren't watching carefully, you didn't see the eye open. If you weren't watching carefully, you didn't see the head freaking turn towards him as he went down. You saw it on the way up.
Right.
And it was like, there was so many nice hidden bits of that bit. And then it was like, now the whole series has gone to shit.
Yeah. I mean, what really won me was that whole Luke Skywalker scene coming. Oh my God. That was they gave him the Darth Vader treatment, right? And that was
you need to stop.
why.
And wait to say that when Bones is back.
Why he hated it.
He said no. He says that is the last time he's cried because he loved that scene so much.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people cry, and I didn't cry. I didn't, but I was just like wowed. Like I could just. My mouth was open watching the whole scene, just going, they gave this man the Darth Vader treatment. Like, they put them two together, like the scenes together in one of these YouTube videos, and you're just like, this is, if you do this, like, every time, if you're going to give us these scenes every time, then you've won Star Wars again, right? Like, you gave everyone hope, and then it just went, boop, and that was it.
Yeah. And I think that scene as well was like such a contrast because you had Darth Vader coming in against the rebels and they're all shitting himself. Luke's coming in and Moff Gideon shitting himself. It's like complete, flipped 180 and it was really good.
Yeah,
Bones said that's his that was the last time he's cried. He loved that scene so much. So we'll have to remind him when he
comes back. Yeah. It was a great scene. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that was one of those pivotal moments in that Mandalorian. Granted, the whole Baby Yoda thing was more to me like a ploy to buy merch, right? That whole and then he was about to leave, never come back. Then he returns. I'm just sitting there going, why? Yeah. Why did he return?
So there was stuff said about that basically Baby Yoda was not meant to be in Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. He was not meant to be in season 3 of Mando. Okay. And then a certain person that is a swear word on my channel was forced him to take him back straight away. And it was like,
what? How did Everton have anything to do with?
No, Kathleen Kennedy,
the other swear word. Yeah, I got it.
And it's like the fact that she turned around and went, "Oh no, he's coming back in Book of Boba Fett." It was like, what the fuck?
That was ridiculous.
There was no need.
Like, are we going to see him kind of like in that teenager stage? Are we going to see him as an adult? Like, is that where we're headed towards?
I hope not.
It's going to be like 17 seasons through before he gets to teenagers, right?
Yeah. I mean, remember, they could just fast forward dozens of years, right?
Yeah, probably.
The main thing for me is it's like they missed out on potentially a great little spin-off series where they could have gone, right, okay, well, he's away from Mando now. You could have still had those interactions where Mando's watching from afar. Brilliant. Which, if you had then done the Mythosaur line, it would have set the Jedi and Mandalores against each other yet again, because the start of the Jedi and Mandalore War was because of Mythosaurs. Because of the fact that they cared more about them than saving anything else and would go to war for them. So it's like, come on, you could have done so much more, Disney. You could have literally had a scene where it was Grogu versus Mando and had them on the complete opposite sides of the table. But
do we understand why Disney is making these decisions? Like, why did they think that this new show was any good? Why they greenlighted it? Like, what was the purpose? Like, why they hear the Star Wars fans are hating it, but yet they continue to try to revolutionize Star Wars and change Star Wars. Well, have they ever thought that nobody wants Star Wars to change?
Yeah. Honestly, I just hope they stop doing these stupid things. I'm excited for Skeleton Crew. I'm hoping that it's decent. Its trailers actually look decent. You're getting some really weird robots, which, to be honest, let's be honest here, every single Star Wars has had some unique new robot.
Right.
There are loads of them in that one. And it's like,
but I mean,
I'm looking forward to potential.
If you looked at the sequels, right, they had a really good trailer.
Yeah.
No.
It's like Acolyte's trailer.
You can find you can find like 2 minutes of footage that is decent in a 2-hour movie, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the rest of it's going to be good, though.
Yeah. But this is the thing. It's like, I'm just hoping to all hell it's decent because, number one, they've done a good, what's it? And yeah, it is that kids are lost in space. It's supposedly got a Jedi in it, but he's only in it once and things like that. And it's like, okay, fair enough. You don't need to make a show about the Jedi. You look at Andor, it isn't got a single Jedi in. It's got some really nice story to it. Yeah, it is a very slow show, which is the downside.
Yeah.
But that's because it's the human element of it. It's not, oh yeah, I'm just going to force choke this person or force the information out of them or whatever. It's, no, I've got to go about getting the information.
Correct.
So,
I really enjoyed Andor as it built, right? Like, it is very slow, but then you sit and watch the credit scenes on the last episode, and you're like, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, it just finishes the season. And, yeah. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I know that it's an old show, but
yeah,
if anybody hasn't seen the post-credit scene in Andor in the final episode, if you have watched Andor and you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch it because it ties the whole season up, the whole show up in a nice little bow. And, yeah.
Hundreds and thousands of dollars. That's just the way it is, right? And then there are the people who are spending money, where I see that people are enjoying this whole episode pass and this whole update. I'm kind of in the middle, right? Because I'm listening to both sides. I do agree that they kind of did this the wrong way. In fact, I was even thinking they should have probably given this episode 1 to everyone for free, just to try it out, just to kind of feel for it, just so that people can understand how this works and what we're looking for and what to expect. And then maybe later, on the second one, hey, this is a paid version, here's the free version, but at least be transparent about it. right? This to me just seems like it's kind of, yeah, they're asking for more money. I get it. And it's not being forced upon us to spend the money, but it just feels bad. Like, for instance, if you go into the quest log and I look at episode quest and I see that I have all these completed, but yet I have to unlock the episode pass, is ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't have to see that. I don't want to see that. I'd rather just see the free stuff that I can achieve, right? So this is just more of like, hey, you can get all these points as long as you spend that money to unlock that, right? So same thing with the whole character quest, this Hyang, right? If I didn't, look, I can't do any of these because it requires 70 shards of Hyang. Well, how many shards did they give us for free? 65. So they're kind of hinting like, if you get 5 more, you get more of these rewards, right? So it just, there's a way of doing it, and to me, this was not the way.
Yeah, so I have got a little bit of a weird take on this because
Hang on. You're also saying his name wrong, by the way. It's Huge Wang.
Huge Wang, sorry, that's right.
Anything other than Huge Wang.
That's right.
Every time he said it, I was like twitching.
Oh, sorry. So I will make sure to say Huge Wang.
So I've done the maths on it. I've not made a video, but we've talked about it. And for you to actually get exactly what you were before, so if you red created absolutely everything, you've only got to get to, I think it was like 38 on the track. And then the currency that you actually generate is going to give you enough to have 14 Ommis. That means, yes, you've dropped 2 Ommis over the whole time. Okay, so you've dropped 2 Ommis. Now, for those that are complaining, were you always red crating your your Galactic Challenges? Not everybody was. We were talking about this before the show. Gnomercy was saying he didn't always do it. It was majority of ships where he got red. There's guys like me with the small account. I couldn't even get fricking the crate that gave me 2 Ommis sometimes. So most of the time I was on 1, and if I got lucky, 2. The way that this has actually been structured, at level 38, you've got it all. You've actually got it all. You've got the full 14 Ommis. You're just missing the last 2 because you haven't gone far enough in the track.
Right.
But then you get those 2 from the
shop.
Shipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
And people are saying, oh, well, I shouldn't have to get it from the shipment. Okay. Well, you don't want to spend the 35,000 currency that you will have got by that point. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. That is your choice. But at the end of the day, it costs you 5,000 currency a week to have 3 Ommis a week. Which is actually more than what we were getting anyway, because we were getting 1 and then 2, and then the next week you would get 2, but you'd also, the tail end of the week, you'd get another 2. So you're actually going to even out still. It's just, people aren't reading it, aren't looking into it, and honestly, the Ommis are pretty damn good. The fact that overall, even without that currency, you're coming out pretty much the same. Like, for me now, I'm sat on another 9,000 currency. I have already bought the Ommis. I'm going to sit on 5k, but 4,000 of that currency, I can go off and buy extra stuff. You're actually better off on this system, and it sounds weird, but you're better off. Now, yes, I'm not going to hide. I have bought the pass, but I have an account that we have not bought the pass on. I'm at number... Just have a look, because I'm on it at the moment. I'm at number 6.
Oh, 6.
I haven't bought the pass. Yes, I've done absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, I am technically behind. I am a day drop where I haven't doubled every day. If you're getting 2 levels every single day, you'll hit the end of the track.
Okay.
You can drop 4 days where you don't get a single level, and as long as you keep double leveling, you will still get to the end of the track.
Mm.
To get to level 38, you only have to double, I think it's like 8 days or 9 days out of a whole 28-day cycle.
But let me ask you this. Why did they have to change? why couldn't they just leave GCs how they were and then present this?
So,
right?
I do agree that.
That's the golden question.
Honestly,
right?
I think
why did they touch that?
I think they could have left CGs how they were.
Right.
But at the end of the day, being slightly better off, even as 100% free to play, as long as you actually engage in the game, is important. It's a bit shit that they have taken it from somewhere else and given it to this track. But it's like, how else would they have done Conquest Points? The episode track. How would you have earned extra points? Where would they have put them? They couldn't have just put it in dailies. They had to put it somewhere. Which kind of sucks. Yeah, they've not chosen the best thing. And I completely agree with a lot of people at the moment, especially that bloody... the Galactic Challenges at the moment are utter dog shit. Having to have Hoyang, having to have the active pass, gate one of them. Happily gate fucking one of them. Do not turn around and go, oh, you've got to have the active pass and you've got to have the new character at fucking 7 stars to max it out.
Correct.
Stop that bullshit. If one is gated, fine. But there is also no way for, say, Gnomercy to max out at least one of them. Because you've either, like this one currently, it's Tuscans, Pass, Momentum, or Hoyang. So even if you can complete on the hardest level, you can't do it if you haven't got one of those.
Correct.
Like, for my account, I'll max out the episode pass because I've got it. On the big account, I've done Tuscans and Momentum to, I think it was 6 or 7, because I can't be arsed. And the Hoyang one, I can only get to 6, and on this account, I can only get to 5, I think. And it's like, honestly, they need to change one of them and go, here is one that if you can complete it all the way to the top, it's just, you've completed it. Done. That would probably put us in a much better place overall. The changes that they're doing as well, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, are good. Loads of people are already saying they're not good, but the changes they're doing are better.
Since I'm having to come in and out, let me butt in real quick while I can. Don't gate anything. Don't change anything. Put a battle pass in the game. Say, here's the free-to-play track. Here's the pay-to-play track. And to complete it, you have to do all your dailies every day. You got to do arena. You have to do you have to participate in every mode. That is it. That is it. Yeah. And that goes for both tracks. So the only thing you have to do is pay your $20 extra. You don't have to do anything extra different than you ever have done. Except if you pay that $20 extra, you get more rewards for doing what you do every day. That's it. Nothing extra, nothing more complicated. That is how simple a battle pass is. This is why we're upset. I've been saying bring a battle pass to this game for fucking years. We've sat here and thought, how can we make the game better on all our podcasts for a long time? How can we do it? I never once said, oh, we should make a change to Galactic Challenge. Not ever once. I never once said, you know what? I think we should change the way Galactic Challenges work. I never once said that. I never even said, let's revamp the entire system. They didn't have to do this. Think of all the effort they put into this. I bet you they put a lot of effort into this when they could be doing something that we all have asked for. There's a lot of things that the entire community has been on the same thing about, like TW or, working on some GAC stuff. And they didn't. They did this. They made it so fucking complicated. It did not need to be done. We can sit here and defend it or hate it. It doesn't matter which side we're on. It's fucking terrible the way they did it. It's so simple. Nothing had to be changed. UI didn't have to be changed. Nothing had. You know how many packs they put in every fucking week and bring in and out? It's that simple. It's just another pack. Is all about. There's a battle pass already implemented through Conquest. They already have it implemented. This is them complicating things, taking a turd, making it look nice to everybody, and seeing if we'll fall for it. That's exactly what this is. This is actually making us spend more time. They're trying to say, oh, you're going to spend less time in game because now you don't have to do. We're still doing Galactic Challenges. We're just getting. I don't care if we break even. I don't care. You're now making me, and I'm so fucking confused on what I can complete, what I haven't completed, what I can and can't do. I spend a lot of time sitting there and just making sure I've done everything I can that I'm allowed to, and then I'm being told I'm completing things, but really I'm not getting it because I don't have this. It's not that hard. It's take copy and paste your fucking Conquest Pass, put it in and call it Episode Pass. And just, you get the reward track every day for, like I just said, doing dailies and participating in arenas and other things. That's it. It doesn't have to, whether we break even or not, this is fucking terrible. I don't care if we break even. And like I said, I'm going to be in and out, so I just want to get this out off my chest so you guys kind of hear what I feel. I'm not like arguing with anybody or anything like that. But like, if I'm not here for the changes, I'm going to really quick talk about that. They're going to give you a shitload of episode points to progress this month. Well, what about next month?
Exactly.
That's fine. That's fine for this month. That's great. Okay, but what about next month? You're not going to do that for then. And I get that we get a small percentage more than what we did before, but it's still. What if you continue with this bullshit GC stuff you guys were just talking about before I got in here? Like, it's not guaranteed, and I like. It's okay if it's okay if some of you guys are okay with it, and because it doesn't even affect people. People who can throw $20 like it's nothing. I can barely pay my fucking bills. So I would spend $100 a month in this. I would buy a crate every month and some passes, but I just can't. So people like me who have been here for 9 years, dedicated my fucking time to you. This is how I'm getting paid 9. And guess what? On the 9th anniversary. Hey, happy 9th anniversary. Thank you for your time. Here's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Oh, but here's some packs you can buy too. And then we get these fucking anniversary rewards, and it's like, okay, But I can't even get Clone Wars Chewie shards anymore for you guys. Every fucking update, it's bugged. Every update. Somehow you're breaking the fucking game, but I can't get 3 Clone Wars Chewie shards anymore. Oh, happy anniversary. Here's those Clone Wars Chewie shards we can't give it. So instead of every compensation, now we're just going to give it to you once a year. That's how much they think about us. They can't even give us a meme anymore every time they fuck up. Now it's an anniversary issue. So I'm kind of ranting, but like I said, I don't know when I can get my thoughts in during the show because I'm back and forth. Yeah. But I'll let you continue on. But that's just how I feel about it. It's fucking retarded, and it shouldn't. They can't backtrack now. They're gonna double down because that's the CG way. And Egnard said this before. Well, and he's right. They've done this before. They're going to give us the very least and see how we respond to it. They're going to throw the bone out there. Are they going to be mad? They're going to expect us to be mad. But if not, then we're just going to continue with our bullshit. Obviously, we got mad. So here's a little bit more. Let's see if they'll take that. We can still be mad about it, and they'll still give us more. Because they're just seeing what the least they can get by with. They're going to keep giving a little bit more until everyone's satisfied. Then they're going to stop right there. It's the least they can give us to make us happy, to keep us around. But I'm sorry to keep going on, guys. I know you guys had your things because I got to go back to taking care of her. But this isn't the first negative thing that's been going on this year. This entire year has been negativity. And it's not because of the community. It's because of CG. And if you're listening to me, I've been fighting with people that don't like me being negative. Then CG, give me something fucking positive to be happy about. The reason why this is such a big deal to people is you did this on top of Dick Plate changing the entire meta and making ships not even fun anymore, which is then equivalated to GAC not being fun anymore because you've taken away most of the counters that we can use to even full clear ships. So most of the time I'm not full clearing anymore. Then you got the crazy power leap, like from Quad May on. You went from like very small gradual power creep to 0 to 1,000 power creep. So now most of your older characters aren't even usable, in the end game. So even though I'm in Kyber 2, I don't have Quad May. I don't have fucking DTMG. I don't have a lot of these newer teams that you need to have on defense now. Because, if you don't have them on defense, your opponent has them. And they just have all these great defensive teams. And they have all these, offensive teams just to full clear me like it's nothing. And, between that, Grand Arena is no longer fun. The fact that I look forward to Conquest now, which to me, a year and a half ago was the worst fucking mode in the game. The fact that I look forward to that now because it's the only thing that has not been altered or changed. I know what I'm getting, and I'm not getting fucked more than I was before. But, Grand Arena is what kept this game alive. And so for people who are being mad about people being negative, it's because the game is in a negative spot. Every time an update's launched, something breaks for the worse. Something gets worse in the game. Something gets less fun. And some people aren't stupid. To CG, we're numbers. To CG, to big companies, to Disney, we are idiots. We're just numbers. They think we don't know what we're talking about. They think they know what we want. But they don't. Only we know what we want. And when a community comes together and starts voicing the same opinion, that's saying something. So it's okay if some of you guys are all about this new one and you love it, because there's some people that love it. Some people don't give a fuck. That's fine. But there are all... And I also got yelled at on Three Scoundrels for saying, you're not speaking for the majority of the community. You're talking for the small corner of the toxic community. Because I'm mad about a change? I told this guy to go fuck off on my own thing because he didn't know me. He doesn't know me or how... I'm going on a rant. I'll shut up and let you guys keep talking, but I gotta go. It's okay but I just want to say, like, as a general message, it's okay to be negative about stuff if it's a negative thing. Like, don't let people in the community say, oh, quit complaining. You're just bitching. If you don't like it, go play something else. No, if I didn't care about this game, I wouldn't still be fucking playing. I wouldn't have 2 podcasts. I wouldn't stream this fucking, I don't know, 80 hours a fucking month or probably more. Like, I wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't be complaining. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care. If, like we said earlier, if Star Wars wasn't part of my heart. This is probably still one of the best video games that Star Wars has in a long time. So I'm going to complain. I'm not going anywhere. And this is just a general thing. This is my last thing. Hold on. If you don't like what I have to say or other people have to say negatively, don't watch their stuff and don't read their comments and just move on. Like, we shouldn't be divided. This is like politics. This is like Xbox versus PlayStation. Why does everyone always have to be divided? We should be coming together and saying, CG, fuck you. I don't care if you're a Kraken and you're top 50 in Grand Arena. I don't care if you don't care. You should be thinking about your fellow players. Everyone always goes about how they love the community. Well, stand up for people. Come together and be like, hey, this is bullshit. And they're doing this right now. But, like,
so I'm just going to say something here because it's been put in the chat 15 minutes ago that the average player will not get 2 a day. They'll not get this. They'll not get that. They're actually worse off. You've got to get to level 38. You've not got to get to 50 to actually be better off. And this is something that has annoyed me a little bit, especially with the community being so negative about it. And it's like, oh yeah, you've got to get to 50 to be better off. You haven't. You actually get better off at 38 onwards. 38 a day.
I think it just needs to run for a month for people to see that they will actually not need to do all the galactic challenges.
So this is why I turned round and said, I'm not making a video until it's a month in.
Yeah.
So everybody can see where we get up to. I'm not even going to take into account the 2,500 points we're being given or 25,000 points. I mean, no. Yeah, it's a couple of levels. I'm not going to take it into account.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be next month. And I'm going to look at it in a month when they've done all the tweaks and all the changes, because they've said still they're going to watch it even after these changes. Honestly, one of those of let's give it time. Let's not jump down its throat. Let's not go, oh, it's a bad update or, oh, it's a good update. I've got one account that's doing it free to play. I've got 2 accounts that are doing it pay to play because they are. And at the end of the day, we're going to have data. We're going to be able to look at it and go, is it possible? And the joke is, one of the accounts that's free to play is doing it the exact same amount Crystal's spending a day as one of the pay to play accounts. So I will have a match. I already know that that's already past level 6 as pay to play, as free to play. So yeah, it's 2 days, it's a day behind being where it should be. If I did 2 every single day. But hang on, at 25 days, if I do 2 every day, I'm already done. I'm at level 50 at 2 a day. I do not need to do that every day. You can drop, I think it's 4 or 5 days to 1 a day, and there's things extra you can do in the game. Yes, it's not brilliant. It really isn't. It is not great for free to play.
So I have a legit question about this. It's just a question. So I'm doing it free to play, obviously.
Yep.
I'm making 0 progress, even though I'm doing everything I can do. I'm at like 3.5, maybe 4 on the episode track. Now the fucking store refreshes every week, right? Well,
Yep.
I bought one Omicron. Now I need 3,500 to buy the other Omicron. Am I going to get 3,500 points by the end of the week?
Yeah, you will.
We'll see. I don't see that happening because I have 900 right now, and the week's already halfway over. So how is that going to be equivalent?
So when you hit level 6, you've got 2.5 grand set there. At level 6 is free to play.
I'm sorry, you said I get what?
Level 6.
Level 6, you get 2.5 grand of the currency you need, and that is enough for you to buy the other army.
Like I said, I wasn't trying to argue anything. I was just wondering because I was getting worried. I was like, at the very least, I want my Omicrons. That's really what I'm there for. So that's all I need to know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Bones, for real.
So CG said that you will reach the end if you are free to play. Whether people do or not, I guess that's what this next month will shake out to see whether the galactic challenges are as important or not as important as what everybody's saying. But I think people just need to. I get that the galactic challenges are really shit because they're gated, but CG has also said you don't need to do them all anyway. So the people who have bought the passes are getting a free ride or a quicker ride to the end of the path, which means that they'll get more rewards at the end of the track. But let's just play out this next month and get the general vibe from everybody who is free to play, whether they do hit it, whether they get close and sort of have to rely on those galactic challenges. I'm on level 18, so I'm not a very good example.
So as much as I respect my co-hosts and their opinions, stay fucking angry. Don't go 1 month and be like, oh, this is great because once again, like I said a minute ago, they're giving you a shitload of episode points towards this month. So it's going to seem easier. It's going to seem easier than what it's going to next month.
No, it's not going to change how. It's not going to change how far you are on the path.
Why not?
So your path will still stay at level 4, whatever you are at now. It's just going to give you the currency to the shop.
Oh, okay. Yep. I thought it was towards the track.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the track itself shouldn't get affected. The dailies will tweak it a bit whenever, I think it said Monday, was it? Do they come changing
Monday's
over?
Update, that is changing.
Yeah. So that's going to be the only tweak that will slightly change your dailies. If you aren't getting the max crate in Galactic Challenges, you're actually going to be getting more. If you are the higher end, like me, completing everything, it's actually sort of negatively affecting me, but I'm theoretically still ahead of you because I'm finishing them. It's just I'm getting less for finishing them.
Still, community, stay angry, stay on your toes. As soon as you guys let your guard down, CG will be fucking you in the butt again. So just stay on your toes.
I think it's absolutely fair for people to be annoyed with the Galactic Challenges being as heavily gated behind the paywall as they are. I think that's fair.
Yeah. That's what I was saying before, is I honestly think the CGs this round has been horrible because they've literally gone, here's one gate and here's a second. That needs to stop. That does need to stop. There needs to be a way for free-to-play players to at least get one all the way to the top. So bringing back that, can you complete the battle? Change one of them to that is then fine. The reason a load of people are annoyed about it is because, oh, well, I can't do any, or I can't do this, or I can't get as much as I used to. And I've already talked to a lot of them because they're saying, oh, I used to get one Omni. And it's like, so why are you complaining when you've already got your one Omni this week? You've already bought it. You've already got your one Omni. You're not getting red crate. And one of them was there going, oh, well, I got to the second crate every time. And I wanted just that. And it's like, well, you weren't putting the effort in, yet you're complaining that you're not going to get 14 Omnis a month now. But you're actually getting 4 a month. So you weren't getting the income anyway. So when these Tuscan ones come round, You still weren't getting anything. You were just doing the minimum you needed to. And this is where a lot of people do need to look at it and go, honestly, were you getting red crate all the time? If the answer's no, take that into account as well. Don't just go, oh, well, because other people were getting 14 armies a month, I should be. No. Like, this new path, everybody that's free to play, even if you just do your dailies, gets you into the 20s. And that's just doing dailies. Gets you into the 20s. That is more armies than you'll have had for not being able to complete those GCs. Honestly, it's not the worst update. It's not the best update. I'm waiting. I've got that much data that I'm waiting on and I want to talk about, but I don't want to turn around now and make a knee-jerk reaction and go, oh, it's bad. And I think it is bad. I don't think it is great. I still think, even after those changes, they're going to need to do shit. But the thing that I'm asking for is just bring back that complete for everybody. Yeah, keep the complete with the pass, don't care. But as long as there's a complete that everybody that's free to play can do, that's fine. That is perfectly fine.
That's completely
Stop trying to gate us into going, oh, this, that, and the other, because, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's just one of those where it's like, every so often is a good thing that they do make changes. But what we need to do is also give it time. Because everybody knee-jerking is not a good thing. You've got all these creators saying, oh, it's a good thing, or well, they came out initially said it's a bad thing. Then they've come out and said it's a good thing. And it's like, we don't need that type of reaction. We need to see how it changes, see how it affects the smaller players, and see how it affects the bigger players. The bigger players that have got everything, it's not making a difference to. The players that are at my stage of 7 million that don't have Tuscans, haven't had freaking Ewoks, and haven't got this, haven't got that, yeah, we're screwed. We are going to lose out somewhat. But at the same time, I'm going to be getting the maximum number of armies I want. At the end of the day, it comes down to, are the things we're losing out on actually going to cost us? And we won't know that until we finish one, guys. Turning around now going, oh, well, it's a bad thing. Well, what if you hit 40, 50? What if you do get to the 50?
But Womprat, we all have seen the statistics. We know, we're all that are complaining about it. In our minds, we're expecting to hit max. We're not expecting not to hit max. In my mind, when I'm complaining, I'm expecting to get the max thing, and I'm seeing what the statistics are. Like I've watched more content and read more Discord messages in this last week than I have in the last 3 fucking years. So like I'm paying attention to what both sides are saying. I get it. That we're not losing anything if you max out. I get it, and everyone keeps saying, just wait. Okay, well, I see what happens. At the end of the month, at the very best, I max it out. At the very least, I don't. So I already know what I'm getting when I max out, and I'm still not happy with it. So I get what you guys, everyone keeps saying, wait a month. Okay, I already see it a month ahead. A lot of times you guys think I'm crazy, but 3 months later, people are saying Bones was right. Bones was right, because I can see past a month. I can see, like,
the thing is,
it's a real, some people have jobs that to predict the future of a trend or something. Like there's actual jobs where people get paid to do that. It's not hard to like look forward and see how people are handling things and looking forward and predicting what happens. And most of the time, I'm not trying to be egotistical. People think I'm a tinfoil hat guy, and I am, but it's usually because I'm looking in the future, and people think I'm crazy because it's not happening currently, but it ends up happening. So you know,
okay. So Bones,
let's wait a month, and I think everyone's still going to be irritated.
At the end of this month, you've got max crate. What are you unhappy about? What is?
Well, I've already went through it. It's unnecessary. It's not more fun. I did red crate, or at least got 2 armies every single time. I'm now having to put more in-game time. Once again, I'm spending more time just double checking every fucking. There's so many sections of fucking feats And I'm spending more time in game just making sure I've done them all. And now I have to wait a day to do them all. All this, it's fucking stupid. And I'm still going to be annoyed by it 6 months from now. Like
CG said that you shouldn't have to change your day-to-day gameplay. But all of these quests... Yeah, but all of these quests you're getting, you should just be getting passively. They are going to be helping you get to the end of the track quicker.
Yeah. So something
I don't care. I don't care. It's not coming down to the statistics, is what I'm trying to say. And all the big content creators, Scribe, Arnold, all of them are saying the same thing. Like they're not arguing with you two. They're not arguing saying that we're losing anything or anything like that. But I am, because I was getting these. I will be getting less Omicrons than I was before, and I'm an 11 million player. So the beginner players are gaining more, the whales are gaining more, but I'm getting fucked because I don't have Tuscans. I have an 11 million account, but I don't have Tuscans. I don't have Jawas. I'm going to get fucked.
But we've just said you don't need the Galactic Challenges to finish the free path.
Yeah, literally, the main thing with the Galactic Challenges, yes, it gives you the points. Yes, if you can do more of them, you're going to get further along a lot faster.
Well, I have the currency to buy all the Omicrons if I don't do them.
Yes.
So I'm just going to have those extra episode points just sitting there because I'm going to be balling so much.
And this is the thing. Loads of people are saying, oh, well, I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have this. I'm just going to check it now. Oh, yeah, 26. Level 26 is the point where you actually break even.
Now that I haven't heard.
Anything beyond that, if you hit level 30, you have enough to buy all the Omicrons every single time at level 30. So at level 30, that's 2 days... No, 31, sorry. That's 2 days out of the whole 28-day cycle. You've got to do 2.
Okay, but it
actually works out that you will do that anyway.
I don't think you guys are listening to me, though. I don't care. I don't care what I'm getting. If I'm losing or gaining. It's not fun. It's unnecessary. It just shows what CG is focused on. They're not focused about the quality or longevity. Everyone's like, this is for the longevity of the game. What the fuck? What makes you think this is going to lengthen the term of the game? Like, I disagree. Like, I keep getting told that this is for the best. What? Why? I want you guys to explain to me, how does this new change make the game better in the long run?
This is why I'm already saying we can't just knee-jerk to it. We have to let it go for at least a month because we can't see how it actually is going to work because they are monitoring it. You look at the changes that they're putting in Monday. Those changes alone that they're doing on Monday substantially change how far you get a day.
But you're honed in on statistics. Like you math people, have to like look at it from a different point of view than just math. I'm sorry, Gnomercy, what are you gonna say?
So, why do we have to wait a month to see if this feels good? Does it feel good now?
Yeah, and
I have no problem with it at the moment, so I'm not really the one to say anything. So.
I mean, I think I'm in the same position as Bones, right? I feel like this doesn't feel good. Why did they have to change GC in general? Why couldn't they just left it the same and then just added this? Or do what he just said. Just create a battle pass and make it that simple. You still would have got money for it. That still would have been fine. You didn't have to change anything else. I don't think anyone's asked for this.
How do you track the battle pass? I think that's what they've set up so that with this new episode pass, there was no structure there for the battle pass to work. Because I believe Marvel Strike Force works similar with this pass, and that's how the battle pass gets added on, and you still have to do stuff to get through the path.
So yes, you mentioned Marvel Strike Force. I love to talk about Marvel Strike Force because if you're listening, go play Marvel Strike Force. All you gotta do is play Marvel Strike Force for a month, and your guys' eyes will open up to the bullshit that we're dealing with. And then then none of us have to explain anything, because then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Marvel Strike Force, their battle passes don't change anything about the game. Nothing. The game's played exactly the same. They just slap a battle pass on top of the game, and they say, just for doing dailies, just for logging in and doing your dailies, you will complete this track. There's nothing extra, nothing's taken away, nothing's added. It's just if you do your dailies every day, you will complete the battle pass. That's it.
Which is what CG are trying to do here.
No, they're not. They changed. They changed modes. They're doing this and that. They're making it complicated.
Bones.
Made it to work with this battle pass.
Yeah. I never once had to go. They also don't make me wait a day to do a feat. Like, it's all there day one.
They do, though.
No, they don't. You don't even play the game. You played it for a month.
I used to.
Okay, all right. I'll just let you guys.
The reason I'm saying it is, number one, you do get daily challenges on that. You do. It's exactly the same as this. You have daily challenges that pop up as the pass goes along. Most of the challenges, yes, are locked behind the pass, or they're locked behind Hoyang, but they've already said you don't need to do them. You do not physically need to do the extra shit. You only need to do the free shit, and we get one every day that's free, and you just have to do your dailies for the rest. And people are saying, oh, well, you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do this. Do you have to do your dailies in Marvel Strike Force to get your pass? Yes. It's exactly the same. The main thing you have to do is your dailies. Is not saying that is the best method, and I am still saying, even with these changes, they need to look at it. They still need to adjust things. They still need to sort something out for GCs, because people still need to be able to earn. And yeah, it's one of those. They still need to look at everything. They can't be double gating every CG, because it fucks everybody over. Not just like you, not just everybody. It's like, if Mike was just wailing on characters and didn't buy the pass, okay, fine, fair enough. But he would not gain all the benefits. The only people that currently benefit from the current GC structure is people that wail on everything. If you wail on everything, you get the advantages. At the end of the day, it's absolutely ridiculous that they have got this set up how they have. It is ridiculous.
Can I say
something does
sentimental?
Need to be changed and looked at.
Something sentimental. It's nice. It's nothing mean or anything. When we first made this podcast, the goal was to be an international Three Scoundrels, and we literally have a nice old man Logan in Mike. He's just nicer than Logan is, and then we got the glass is completely full of Avant and Womprat. And Womprat wasn't even originally our co-host.
No, honestly,
and math guy, by the way.
There's honestly days where I sit there and I am pissed with it. But I also sit there and go, okay, well, we can't just react. It's like when they've done changes in the past, it's like people have said, oh, it's bad. And then it's turned out to be a hell of a lot better. Like when they added the Pass Plus, everybody was there right at the start. That's ridiculous. It's never this. It's never this. Then they changed it. He made it a little bit better. Then they changed it again, made it even better. Then they added an extra day of Proving Grounds. And it's like, okay, now it's semi-worth it if you're way behind in Proving Grounds. And this is the thing. Over time, they will look at this. They may make changes. And I really hope the main change that they take away from this is to still give people a way to max one tier out. That's the thing they need to do in CGs. That way, the people that are whinging now, oh, I used to get to level 10 in every CG. Okay, well, you got it on, the 1, so you still didn't get the 2 because you threw Slacker at it. So if you didn't have your Slacker, if you didn't have something else to get the rest of the feat, you didn't get very far. But at the end of the day, if you give people that ability to still do what they used to do and still get some rewards from it, even better. And that's the main thing, is they need to do something to make GCs worthwhile. Otherwise, you're going to see like the shit and you're just going to go, well, I can't do any of them, so I'm not going to do it. And that's the main thing. It's like this one right now, the droids one, I actually can't do any of it past like level 4. So I've done my Hoyang fight, and that's it. Done my Hoyang fight. Do I care? No.
It's huge, Wayne. Quit saying huge.
Wait,
Wayne.
yeah, I was about to
Huge
say,
Wayne.
wasn't I just scolded for not saying huge wing?
Yeah.
Considering Womp first brought the name to us, of all the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Yeah. I'm
it's
not going to
stupid.
go on anymore because I have bought the pass and all that sort of stuff, and I'm well ahead of where I need to be. I get people are annoyed. I can see it. I just think we need to let it ride a little bit to see what changes CG makes. Whether if people don't make the end of the path, absolutely it needs to get fixed. Or the rewards towards the beginning of the run need to be better so that it's sort of front loaded more. Maybe the Omicrons come closer to the start. So, I don't know. Yeah. But if people get to the end of the path quite easily, do the bonus node thing a couple of times, and the rewards are what they say they are, then yeah. From what CG is saying, it should just be your normal gameplay. You should just get it done. They're just moving the rewards from there, putting them over there so they can add on this battle pass, which is going to get them some money. I think.
So to be positive,
this is.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is where I'm saying, at least they've said they're watching it. At least they've said that they are going to look at it. They've already done one change. Loads of people were there. Oh, now that they've done the change, they won't watch it anymore. No, they still do. You look at what happened with Levy when it first came out. Holy shit, it went from ridiculously bad to okay to great. Then it went absolutely insane. And they're still looking at it today because it is that much of a did you go first? Yes or no. If you went first, you won. If you go second, you've lost. They are still looking at things. They are still trying to make things balanced and still trying to make things okay. At the end of the day, guys, the reason I'm trying to say let's give it time is, number one, yes, voice that you're not happy with it. Voice that you're struggling with it. Voice that there are still problems with it. I'm not saying don't voice it. I'm saying voice it so they can see where they need to make changes.
I agree. Yep.
If they get to the end of the month and only like 10% of the whole game base has actually hit level 50, they know they need to make changes. And that's the important part, is we've got to let them know, but we've also got to give them the time to sort it. I think this first run, they have timed it a little bit badly because we're going to go into their Christmas break as it changes to the next one, which is like, okay, are they going to have time on the 20? Is it the 24th or something like that? It finishes. Let's just do that.
No, it would be. Oh yes, it would be
the 17th. The 17th. That is that close to them. Well, that's after they've actually closed, so we'll have to have the new one in. I'm hoping they fix it before then. I really am. But do I trust them to have it fixed? You guys know me. I'm going to do a video around the 17th on it and go, was it bullshit or not? Did CG lie to us? And that's where I'm going to take it. I'm not going to worry about it now, and I am going to voice that I think it is shit. I really do. I think, the fact that we can be better off is better. The fact that we can get to the right level quite easily, But at the end of the day, people, there you go. Perfect example in chat right now. I need to hit level 43 to get my 4 datacrons a week. No, you don't.
He's just asking, is that correct? He's just wondering. He's not saying that.
So you've got to hit level 31 by the end of it to have it exactly the 16 datacrons a week. No, 14 datacrons overall. Which is actually exactly where you would have been before. But this is the thing. It's not easy, and it's not easy to get it right. They have made mistakes. They've made mistakes in the back. We just need them to sort it. They need to get this sorted. They need to look at the feats, especially the fact that they're gating multiple times in the same one. No, that needs to stop. Little things like that will completely change it. If they brought back one that we could all do, yeah, it's one of those. No, you didn't get 4 a week. You got 16 over the whole month if you could get to the 8th crate or higher. Dark Gnar, were you getting to the 8th crate every single time? Because I can tell you now, my 7 mil account wasn't. My 7 mil account really wasn't.
I will say one positive is if you're paying the $20, you don't give a fuck. It's just like you pay the $20. There's zero complaints. You're getting a lot. You know, like the $20 pass. It's one of the best values in the game. But unfortunately, there's some people. Unless my Swugga Daddy's paying for it, I'm not getting it. Like I've never paid my own game or my own money because I don't have it. So the only thing I've ever bought is something that's been either paid for or gifted to me. And I appreciate everyone. I appreciate Mike and everyone like Nar and other people who do that for me. But like
you're cut off, mate. I heard on another podcast, what are you thankful for? And I didn't even get mentioned.
I'm sorry, man. I deserve that. I am thankful for you, though. You're right. I said everyone who supports me. I just didn't say your name out. I don't want everyone... Mike, I'm doing it for your protection. I don't want any predators coming after you, begging for money. That's why I did it. It's for your protection. But that's one thing. Is the $20 pass is great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, it's like the people that are whinging right now are the people that are not got Tuscans, and it's like people are there going, "Oh well, I haven't got Tuscans," or "Oh well, I haven't got whatever the one before it was. I can't remember." But my exact thoughts were, Tuscans have already been in GCs. They come round every so often. It's an arse of a GC. But if you're complaining, oh, I can't get it now just because of this, it's like, well, you wouldn't have got it when Tuscans came around originally because they had the momentum reward.
You didn't need a red crate to get 2 Amis.
No, you needed to get to the 8th crate. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I always got to 8th crate. And you ask them, well, did you with Tuscans? No.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
all I had to do is go down a couple. I could do everything else. I go down a couple of tiers and I would beat it.
Exactly.
But I can't do that now. I can't do that.
You can.
I don't want to keep talking about this. Like we're never gonna get past this. Like you love it, I hate it. Like we're just gonna keep going around, and we've already said our opinions like 17 times, and we've also done it in Discord and everywhere else. So, like
the major thing to take away here is the CG's teams have not changed. People are saying, "Oh, we've never had Jawas before." Yeah, we have. We've had Tuscans. We've had Jawas. Please stop saying, oh, we've never had this. Because we have.
The Tuscans and Jawas came in after Crate Raid.
Yeah. And it's like, honestly... GCs. Yeah. I do realise how much that win one gives. Honestly, that is the thing that I'm asking, and I keep saying to as many people, let's get it out there of the voice of bring back an option for free-to-play to just win. That needs to come back. Even if it means that they remove the Conquest Pass as win one, that's fine. Or they remove the Hoyang requirements, that's fine. Just give us an option to fucking win. For a free-to-play account. Yeah, huge wang. Remove that bullshit, one of them. I don't mind you gating one of them. I understand financially the gate has to be there somewhere.
Why? They've made $4 billion. They're in the black. In the casino, whenever they're in the black, listen, in a casino, when they need to make money, in a casino, which this game pretty much is, when they're in the black, they start giving more money out. At first, they're greedy, they got to make their money back. But once they do that, they can open up and they can be friendlier and give you more resources. This is why the game will fail. Here's some tinfoil hat for you. It will eventually fail because instead of coming up with new ways to, coming up with new bottlenecks, and adding more stuff, they're now taking away from you and making you work on new characters to break even. The raid, other things. Like, it's the new raid mentality. They're taking away stuff from you and making you work on new stuff just to break even on shit you've been getting for 5 years. That's why it will fail. Now, Marvel Strike Force, they give you a new tier. They give you new gear to work towards. They add a dark dimension. They give you some kind of new mode that doesn't make you spend more time in the game. And you have new stuff to work on while opening up the floodgates on old gear and old stuff. They're not limiting you. They're not taking away things you've been getting. Assault battles, that's what they're doing the same shit with the assault battles. That's not good. And a lot of the reason you guys keep making fun of me is all the devs that were here 7 years ago are now fucking gone, except for Crumb. There's brand new people, and these people don't understand the game. They don't understand the game. That's why we're getting new raids. That's why we're getting shit taken away. That's why things are becoming more pay to play. I don't care what you say. This game is becoming slowly more pay to play. Taking things away from me instead of adding new things. What happened to raid characters? Like, you're adding new planets. Why aren't you adding new... Like, this is a fucking hero collector at heart. But yet you're giving me less ways to farm characters and just more reasons for people to spend money and not really get anything out of it. Like, I want characters. I don't want more ways to get Chirotech. I don't want more ways to fucking break even. I don't want to R9 17 fucking characters to get the same resources I've gotten for 5 fucking years for free with characters that I had at Gear 8 that I could beat at. Why is that being taken away from me? That's why this game will fail eventually. But the game will never die. Dragon Champions died 5 years ago, and they're still making $10,000 a month. I tried buying that game, and they won't sell it because they're still making $10K off a game that doesn't even get an update and hasn't in 2 years. That's why this game will never die. But someday, it'll get to the point where they won't even update the game. But there will still be people that want to keep playing it, and that will keep just buying packs even though the game is dead. And when I say dead, it does not get updated again. It will get to that point because this game will be out fucking dated, no one will want to play it anymore. It'll get so ridiculous that it's EA. It's in the end, it's not just CG, it's EA. EA is about the bottom line dollar amount. And if you want to go talk about like revenue, they're at an all-time low. CG's at an all-time low. That's why this is happening. How do we suck as much money out of people before the game goes down? Because eventually, that's what they're doing. Why do you think there's a 200, which I wanted? Why do you think there's a $200 44K the crystals? It's because they want to get as much money in the smallest amount of time as they can. They're micromanaging your money more than ever. Is there friendlier packs? Yes. Also, these new devs, they're bringing in a new way of doing things in the game. They are reinventing this game for the future. You know why that is? They're hoping to get people like me who complain and bitch that have been around for 9 years. They want to piss me off. They want to get me out of the game so that the new whales are coming. They made marquees easier to achieve, which is a friendly thing. But that's so when new kids come in, new players come that haven't played before, they can now easily... I'm seeing more than ever people buying marquees. So now that gets these newer players into spending sooner rather than later. You're getting a new... that are going to stay for another 9 years, and it's pushing people like me out. So then these new players don't know the old ways, so they won't complain. All they know is the new ways, the new ways of doing assault battles, the new ways of Grand Arena and all that stuff, and fucking raids. They don't know old raids. They don't know how things used to be. And I used to complain just as much back then, but my God, would I love to have it back in the old ways. Because like I now see what I'm missing out on. Like, I wouldn't be complaining ever if I knew how it would. They've always been greedy, but it is getting worse. And that's because they want to push people out like me, grumpy old people that have been around here for 9 years, so these new people will stay around for another 9 years. They want to catch up. They want to compete. And they won't complain because they're used to this shit that they come in and it's already implemented. It's a mentality, and it's because... And like it's buggier than ever. You can't tell me every update something is going hugely wrong. The fucking Kessel Run, it's a whale's fucking milestone was bugged. Whether it was good or bad or whatever, it's still not. It's a simple like forum pack update. That's what they're best at. When has their packs ever been bugged? Never. These fucking new developers don't know what they're doing. I love Meathead. I won't talk shit on him. He's a great person. I love Crumb, but I don't know these other fuckers, and they're fucking the game up. But they want to piss us off, so we'll move away and stop complaining, and these new people that are used to this shit will just keep on spending. But this is not going in a positive direction. You
know what they're going to do? They'll rename it SW25 like they have done with FIFA. So they have to pay the licensing fees.
And guess what, Mike?
Redo the game like that every year.
Guess what, Mike? Who makes FIFA? Who makes FIFA?
That's what I'm saying.
EA. Who makes Madden?
Next will be Madden. That one's going to be called I don't know.
Whatever year
27.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything but update stats, and they'll say this is the new feature, and it's like a different animation that like some football player did in the game or something, or they'll move around things in the mode. That's EA for you. So like I will never defend these guys, but guess what? Great job on letting us sim things, which we should have been able to do 5 years ago. Thank you for letting us get 600 tickets, which should have been day one a thing. I appreciate that, but it's a little too late. And it's sad that, like, they introduced, obviously we knew the puzzle was coming, and they said, like, oh, we found out that the ship was just Ahsoka. I thought it was going to be something else. And then, like, General Syndulla's coming. Like, we knew that, but I was arguing with Avant about... I was arguing about...
Spoiler. That's further in the news. Jeez,
everyone knows. Everyone knew that was coming before the puzzle was here. I'm not talking about it. We can get to that point. I'm making a point. I was arguing with Avant why he doesn't like gravy. And then, like, VoD posted, oh, look, the puzzle completed, which I already knew the answer to. I completed it before anyone even started solving it. I told you what it was going to be. And we continue to argue. Like, he posted it, everyone ignored it, and we continue to argue about gravy. It's sad when I'd rather argue about gravy than fucking talk about a newer character than Swugga. That's where this game is getting to. It's not for everybody. That's not the case for everyone. But about 8 of us ignored that post and continued talking about gravy in a Swugga Discord.
Can we move forward with what we've been on? Because we've been on this for an hour and 10 minutes. One section that shouldn't have been this long.
I think we should start over and repeat ourselves again. I think that's what we should do.
I've got a stream after this because I've got GACs to do because I couldn't do them this morning. So
I am sick of, no matter what side we're on this, love it or hate it, I am sick of talking about it. I agree.
All right.
It's like they've got to make. We'll quickly cover the make good. Is to cover and give you shit that we should have got.
Who wants to hear some more more rage about the make good? Because there's a lot of stupid shit in that too.
There is stupid shit in that. Agreed. But at the end of the day, at least they're giving us something. So yeah, right. We had a weird day.
Here we go.
Yeah. We're already skipping it. We're skipping from there, Bones.
Why are we skipping?
It's literally...
No.
Because
No. This is like, oh, CG did something stupid. Let's just bypass it. No, we're going to talk about this.
We've covered this for the last hour and a half.
All right, guys. Well, I will cover it very quickly since he doesn't want to. So we get 3,600 episode points just for this one thing. So that's cool. That's great. 65 crystals. Why bother? What the fuck can you buy with 65
That's what
crystals?
You get a day.
What is 65 crystals? I don't care. Give me 100. 65. $4 billion, Womp. I don't care. You can give me 100. Why 65? What a random... 200 squad... I can shit that right now and get 400. Like, really? Why even? That's insulting. Don't even put it in there, because that's insulting me. 115 fleet arena currency? What the fuck am I going to do? Don't even put it in there. 25,000 ship upgrade currency. That sounds like a lot. It's nothing. Why put it in there? 1 Omega ability material. 1. I should be getting like 300 at this point, because I have so many thousands of that. What the fuck is even if I started day 1, what the fuck is 1 Omega? Hold on. What is 1 Omega ability material going to do for me? Now, here's the, guys, it starts getting better. 45 sim tickets. They give you, as a new player now, they made a change where you get 5,000 for free, because sim tickets are irrelevant. They're a dumb thing that they don't even like anymore. But guess what, guys? Here's 40. Give me 3 Clone Wars Chewie shards. Don't even give me any of this. Give me 3,600 episode points and give me 3 Clone Wars Chewies. Tell me to fuck off and move on with our day. And what's the last part of it? So we get 45, 200 ally points. Oh, CG, slow down. I think you're getting a little too friendly here. 18 3-star training droids, also irrelevant. 17 3-star ship training droids, I'll give you that because it's a little harder to get that stuff, still irrelevant. And 1 each of the 2 mystery boxes, they're a mystery. You don't know what the fuck you're getting, it's a mystery box. So how the fuck do we know it? So what I'm coming down, hold on, one more thing. So take all of this away, give me 3,600 episode points, give me the 2 mystery, and don't even include the other, because it's fucking, it's bullshit. They just put all this in here to.
Do you know why they're giving us exactly this? Do you know exactly why they're giving you this?
Don't even do it. I don't care.
So the reason. Whoa, cats! Stop trying to take out the computer.
Please do.
No, he's just knocked off half the server, so I'm going to have to be fixing that whilst I'm doing this. Otherwise, I can't do anything, and I'm now potentially going to have a server land on my head.
All right, man. Take
Bloody
care of it.
Cat.
You're good.
Right.
Do your thing.
Right. So the reason they're giving us this is because that's 1 day's worth of rewards. The reason they're giving us 1 day's worth of rewards was because of the time that they released it meant that some people already had done their dailies, so they couldn't get any of it. Oh, look, they're giving you an extra day. So are you saying you never want daily rewards? You just want the 3,600 points and the little bit, and that's it? Because
why are you compensating me now? Why didn't you compensate me when I couldn't climb for a week? You know how many crystals I missed out when I couldn't climb for a week with the dick plate fiasco? You're taking away my assault battles. You've bugged the game many, many times. Where's my compensation for that? I got nothing.
Yeah. They have done a piss poor job with compensation.
Don't compensate me now then. Why are you compensating all of a sudden? Because they're getting flack. They didn't get flack for anything before, but now they're getting flack, and now they have to do something. Don't give it to me. Tell me to fuck off like you had before.
Okay, Bones. Message Meathead and say cancel the update. Cancel the free stuff.
And he'll listen to me just like he listens to me about everything else I message him. He'll leave me on red like... He's talked to me a few times when I've had a problem, but he'll leave me on red, just like he does everyone else. Even Egnard says it. If he likes what you say, he'll respond to you. If he doesn't care, he just moves on with his day. And he's completely right with that.
Honestly, that little make good is not great. It is shit. But it's for the people that had already done their dailies, which most of us do right at the start of each day, so that you could actually then earn. That's all that was for, guys. It's because they didn't say to everybody, oh, don't do your dailies, because we're updating it late in the evening. For me, it was past my freaking daily reset anyway, so I was going to lose out. They needed to have done this earlier in the day. They didn't. Oh, well. It is a make good. It's not great, but it is shit. That's how it is. It's just a shit make good. Right. Something weird that we got in the data mines. It was a few days.
Hang on, you missed the most important part of the make good. Is the 25,000 energy points.
Yeah.
Episode points. Sorry. So it means that everybody will go basically to the maximum of because there's only 30,000 limit.
Yeah.
So basically everybody's going to go right to the end, which means it's sort of like us being think back to when all the raid stuff started, when we had no currency. We all struggled for that first little bit. So they basically just kicked us off so that we've got the currency to be able to get Omicrons, the Mark II for the slicing mats, the Kairos, Gear 12 pieces, whatever you're spending it on. That's what that I think is trying to get us kicked off on the right foot. Yeah. Right, sorry, let's go.
I do agree that it is going to help a lot of people. But remember, it's less than $5,000 a week, 5,000 points a week. My general one is keep 5,000 points a week as a minimum to make sure next week you can buy your armies. Yeah. If you can afford to keep like 10 to 15, so by the end of the month you are always going to have enough, do it. There's no need to spend unless you want to. And like the amount of bloody bad takes that I've had on this bloody shipment, I get asked about it in my inbox every day saying, oh, is there anything good? And it's like, the Kairo's good, the armies are good, the slicing mats are good, the injectors, if you need them, are a decent price. The actual selection for this month's bloody shards are not bad. Everything in there is relatively well priced. So I don't get this, where loads of people, and I mean loads, I've had about 3 or 4 that I've had to sit there and say, why are you complaining about being access to buy parts that are an absolute swine to get your mitts on? That's the thing. It's like, for some people, slicing mats are more important, so they buy them. Kairos could be more important. The currency cap is ridiculously low. I fucking hate it at 30,000. I'd love it at 60. That would be a lot fucking nicer. But we can hope for that because at the end of the day, it's what they did with Datacrons. So we've just got to see how this goes. If you're an endgame player, there is a decent amount of all the gold materials in there that you can go, oh, I might need that. And you can top yourself up. For the mid-game to early game players, you've got the purple materials and the gold materials. It's a good store. They've actually thought about this. It's not like where you go into the Legends token store and you look there and just go, I'm not ever spending that on that. But yeah. Next topic. Next one.
All right. So it's the Lightspeed bundles that have been data mined. So you found 6 of them, I believe you said?
Yeah, so what we get before they become named, and this is the important bit, before they become named, they're actually called something a bit different. And I'm just going to pull it up now. Where are you? Are you in this one? Yes, you're in store. So before they become named, they're called Galactic Bundle. And we've got Galactic Bundle 16, 19, 20, 21, 18, and 17 in the list that was data mined. Now, once they become, the name gets changed from Galactic Bundle, it gets changed into whatever it is. But that is the starting sign of new galactic, of new light speeds. Usually, these packs land, and within 2 or 3 weeks, we see a new one of these. Change its name. So all I'm going to say is the next update, which is on it will be the 2nd of December. So once you've eaten your second chocolate, because we're all childish around here at times, or in my case, my second shot. Honestly, that is potentially where they're going to have a leak of yet more light speeds.
Hold up.
Yeah.
It took me way too long to realize what you were talking about. You're talking about Advent Calendar?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were a thing around the world. Like, we have them here, but I thought it was just an Australian thing. And I was like, I
have a shot vent calendar.
Yeah.
I have a load of minis. I go out every December 1st. I buy 25 minis, and I have one of them a day. That is a shot vent calendar. It costs very little to do, and holy shit, it's absolutely brilliant. Because the place that I do it at is I go to a whiskey distillery and ask for one of every one that's different. until I've got to 25. So I get a different whiskey every day.
That's cool.
It's a nice way to do it. It's fun, it's stupid, and it's a shot vent calendar. Because, chocolate or alcohol, guys, have your choice. But,
wild
Lightspeed
theory
bundles
crafting. Well, not wild theory crafting. Wild tinfoil hat. Gnomercy. One of these Lightspeed bundles will be?
I think it's going to be C. We're definitely going to be seeing C for sure. I mean, they just let out Jedi Master Luke. What's the counterpart to Jedi Master Luke? I think it's going to be C for sure. I think we're definitely going to see that, which is fantastic because I was holding back on doing C for that reason. And in fact, I was holding also back for the JML. But looking at this JML one, I still haven't purchased it because I'm just like, I'm only missing 4 characters. That's it. And so I'm not even purchasing it. And honestly, with the way that these packs are going, I feel like they hit the ceiling way too high in the beginning. For $10 for Ray and SLKR, now these packs are not feeling like actual excite. Like I'm not excited for these packs. Lightspeed bundle. Okay, let's see what $40 will get me, or $30 will get me, or $50 will get me now. As opposed to like back then, it was like, whoa, $10 gets me all this? Holy moly! Right? So that's where I'm just kind of like, I'm not too excited when I see Lightspeed bundles anymore, but they definitely hit the ceiling way too high in the beginning, and it just kind of affects now what we're looking at.
Yeah, well, that's like price anchoring. It's a proper thing, like in the real world as well, that you guys have now got a fixed point to compare anything else. And it's kind of like when, the Black Friday sales and stuff like that are around. You saw that yesterday for $20. Now for Black Friday it's $15, but they're probably still making $10 off you because the actual item itself's only worth $5. So yeah, but because you had fixed on that point before Black Friday sales, you see it cheaper, and so yeah. What's another one, Wop? So we've got. I agree with C.
I agree with C as well. I'm going to point something out that's been annoying me a little bit, especially with people. So Meathead actually replied in Discord in regards to a pack. This pack, we've all said, oh, well, if it comes, it will be great because it was Inquisitors. And then people this week, because we didn't get them right away, said, oh, it's never coming. Because we didn't get the answer right away. Now, you take into account when he said the cam bundle was, when he did the exact same quote for the cam bundle, what it was is a week later, we got a data mine similar to this, collective bundles came in. Not long after that, we then also got the actual bundle came up. But it was exactly 3 weeks between him saying it and it happening. That 3-week window would be next week. So there is still a really high chance we get Inquisitors. Yes, Meathead is the ultimate troll with these. I'm not denying that. He is an ultimate little bloody trolley bastard where you sit there and you go, please stop freaking trolling us and just tell us. But at the end of the day, he does a good job at it. He isn't stupid with it. Honestly, I think we are going to see Inquisitors, which is going to be good. I've just had the door go. I'll be 1 minute, guys.
All right. Do you think Inquisitors are coming? No Mercy?
I don't see it. And here's I keep using the C reference here, but I don't see it. And the reason why is because Inquisitors are extremely important. I'm kidding. But I feel like
I'm muted.
I feel like the Inquisitors are still kind of extremely important, right? I feel like the Inquisitors are just we haven't given enough time for the Inquisitors yet. We just got Han. in a pack, Han Solo, right? Now you're jumping way ahead into Inquisitors. I mean, it would be great if they did Inquisitors. Trust me, I would be floored if they did Inquisitors. But I already did my Inquisitors, so it doesn't benefit me, but it will benefit so many people with that pack coming out, if it were true. But I just don't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, our guild is very. We've had a couple of new members, obviously, this last week, who are working on their Inquisitors, but obviously we have had Inquisitors for a while, the majority of the guild, so this is not going to be too big of an effect on us, but those lower accounts who can get Inquisitors, get into a guild who is doing the Reaver mission, like that Reaver team for a 4 million account, GAC, it's Galactic Legend level, right?
Yeah.
Conquest, with the right datacrons, literally you load in and everything dies. Like, they don't even take a turn. Well, they do take a turn, but they die.
Yeah, they immediately die right away. Yeah. Right? You don't even touch them. They take a turn, and boom, all of them start falling. And it's awesome. So
even in TB, I don't know about you, but every single phase in TB, my Inquisitors do at least one of the missions. Obviously, if your guild doesn't do the missions, obviously it's not a big deal, but they comfortably complete a mission. It's a big deal to like that sort of 4 million, 5 million range. Yeah.
The main reason I'm saying that they're a possibility is, number one, you look at Meathead's track record with this, it's 3 weeks after he trolls us with it. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think you can fix those settings on Discord, right? For that not to happen?
Probably.
God knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, next, what was the next one we were talking about? But this is the thing. There is potentially up to 6 packs that they could release. Are they going to release all 6 at once? Don't know.
I could see it happening, right? Because a GL's going to have 3, maybe 4. Like when you think about C, because you've got like, there's a ship one, right? For C, and you need some troopers.
You want me
like a Darth Vader one?
You want me to hit you with one that I think is going to definitely probably happen this one? Both Revens.
Oh, if both Revens come, I'm happy on my baby account.
Both Revens are definitely coming on this pack.
That could well be the case, that the Revens do hit. If that is the case, oh god, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I feel that's true. Go on to Terminate. It's a Malik pack. So you get them. It's, like the Galactic Legend one. You've got to get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unlock that to unlock that to unlock Malik.
Yep. Yeah. That could be it.
I actually think we'll more get. Potentially, what we could get is like, here's a £20 pack for Revan, here's a £20 pack for Darth Revan, here's a £40 pack, or like a £38 pack that is giving you both.
Correct.
So you get a little bit of a discount for buying both together, but that's what I think. That's where I think it's going to go.
Yeah, I definitely feel the Revens are going to definitely come in on one of these Lightspeed bundles. I feel like it's going to definitely come towards that December. I think it's a perfect time to put it in because these are 2 very popular characters. I think this is going to definitely hit really well if the price point is good, right? So the price point has to be good. and especially falling into that Christmas line, that would be a perfect time if they do the price point well as put these characters out with C, right? Fantastic. That would be a fantastic set of packs.
Yeah, I do agree. I think the other thing is, it's like you look at the GML pack where we got Hoda. I think TB characters are now potentials, but I don't think we're going to get any of the newer TBs. I don't think we'll see Raver anytime soon. I don't think we'll see anything like that. The main thing that I'm worried about a little bit is people are saying, oh, well, what if they do a cat pack? Where it's like $30 for cat. That, for me, oh God, no, please, no. Because if they start down that path, that just completely eliminates Proving Grounds. I'll wait for the packs.
Yeah.
I'll never do Proving Grounds again for anybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, I think that's a line they need to accept and really just never look at Conquest shit being in Lightspeed.
I agree with that. I don't think they touch any of those Proving Grounds characters, because if they do, then what tends to happen is let's just ignore Proving Grounds, wait for those packs to come, and we'll grab them when the packs come, right? So, yeah, I definitely don't see any of those characters coming at all in a pack. I think they've already solidified that they're going to be in Proving Grounds, and that's it. That's the way you're going to get them. Done, right? I think they're more towards gearing that, that journey guide path, right? I think that's what they're sticking to. They've been sticking to it. And then, of course, those odd off characters. Like, we may see a pack of Jawas. We may see a pack of Tuskens. We may see a pack of this. We may see a pack of that. Like, those little odd off, like, characters, like that team. And that will definitely help with the problem that they're facing today. Like, yeah, give us those odd teams in a pack. Absolutely. The ones that people are not going for.
They did it with Night Sisters.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Recently. Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like they may do that.
Honestly, if they did start doing that more with Lightspeed bundles, where it's like the more random teams that just people are no longer gearing, no longer doing anything with, I would be happier than them doing it for, oh, here's a GL. If they suddenly went, okay, these 6 are Tuskens, Ewoks, Tuskens, Wookiees, Jawas, all 3 of them I'm buying straight away.
Right. Yeah, I would too. I would definitely buy the ones that I have no interest of building. Like, I didn't have interest in building Ray. I'm almost done with the Ray. I didn't have SLKR in my mind. Guess what? SLKR is right in my back pocket.
Yep.
So we've had Geos, we've had Night Sisters, we've had Phoenix, you could probably call as one of those obscure ones. So we've really got Wookiees, Tuskens, Jawas.
Gungans, yeah, right.
And we had Ewoks as well. So
we've had Ewoks.
Yeah, so it's Wookiee, Tuskens, and Jawas. The rest of them are big sort of factions.
I would not be mad at any of them. If we had any of them, I would be happy.
Yeah, I would too. Any like obscure team that people are not going for, they should put those up in packs and more frequently. Like, we should see a Lightspeed bundle pack every opportunity we open the game, but put obscure teams and leave that up there for like a week. You know what I mean? So that way it's there for an option. But don't put like major things like a GL every week, or, just do something simple, subtle. It's not gonna, no one's going out of their way to get Jawas now. Right?
Yeah. And this is the thing, is like, honestly, they need to look at options. They need to do certain things. But at the end of the day, it's one of those. We'll see what they do. Hopefully, these 6 Lightspeed bundles that are potentially going to be all the information on the 2nd of December, that could be a really great day. Getting that information is going to be big. Hopefully, there's some really nice ones. Like you said, if it's Revens, C, and Inquisitors, holy shit. That's 4 really nice packs.
Yeah, that would blow up the game. Everybody could not complain about that. There's no. Now, granted, there were people complaining about the SLKR and the rake. Oh my God, everybody's getting it so easy for $10. You know how long it took me to farm them? Yeah, well, that's the way the game's going. We've had characters you guys said, been playing for 9 years. I mean, they're definitely going to come at a discount. It's like you going to a car salesman and be like, hey, how's that 9-year-old car pricing now? It's not going to be the same that it was 9 years ago, So it's that same concept.
I think that is something to take away is the older GLs have been out so long now. Yeah, if you're working on them, it's going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth that, oh, look, say, like, we've got somebody in our guild that's just got to the ultimate at JML. And he was like, fuck, I've wasted 6 months of farming. However, we also pointed out, and he went, actually, this is a good point. He's going to have the ultimate before anybody else is ready to start that farm. He's already got it and going to benefit from it for a couple of weeks. Maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit less. All depends how much somebody's going to pump into it cash-wise. But at the end of the day, you're benefiting from it for a little bit longer than anybody that's bought that Lightspeed bundle. So, yeah.
Obviously,
if you're buying the Lightspeed bundle, that doesn't get you the GL that second.
Correct.
There's still quite a lot of work to do. Zetas, it's not a finished product. God, it's fucking massive help, but it's not. It's like 80% of the way.
So just to give you an example, my baby account that I love to pieces, it needs to gear and level Luke Skywalker, which it unlocked thanks to that pack.
Yep.
It needs to gear and level R2-D2. Both of these are at gear 11. And then I need to put relics on C-3PO and Chupio. And that's it. I'm ready at that point. But it's like, even then, that pack made such a big difference to that farm. Because before that farm, that was, am I going to farm Mothma anytime soon? No, she's at 3 fucking stars. Fuck that shit.
Buy the pack. Done.
Yeah. So it was like, the second that pack landed, I joked in Discord, I'm going to buy it tomorrow. We ended up buying it that day on stream, thanks to certain people in the stream. But it's like, we bought it, and then we went off and did the Luke event.
Yep.
We finished off the Luke event, we buggered off, we leveled him up as much as we could, and it's like, you know what? This is not that hard. But that Mothma one, kind of worth it when you think she is 400 fucking Cairo on her own. She is painful.
Yep. Yeah, and that feeling feels great, right? Like when you got it, when you purchased it, it felt amazing. Then you did the Luke event. That felt amazing. Like that's the feeling you should feel when you play this game, right? Like when you purchase something like that, that's the feeling you should feel. And that's what I got whenever I bought a Lightspeed bundle. I was like, holy crap, how much time did I just save myself? Like, I just saved myself months and months and months of farming.
I mean, honestly, even if you have characters that are already relicked in the pack, and let's say it takes it up 2, 3, 4 relics, that it's worth the $20
I was just about to ask that. Like, is it worth? Because I'm at that point right now. Like, I have relic 3s, but these take them up to relic 5, and I'm still like, should I purchase it?
I think so. If you have the money, if you're down to just, I think it is, because those are so precious. Just even the signal data and stuff is so precious. Not alone the relics. I don't know, what do you call it? Is it salvage? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's salvage.
So both sides.
Every week there's that pack that comes out. It's like $14.99 Australian, so probably $10 American. Think about the relic materials you get from there, and then base that's your anchor point.
That makes sense.
If you think about that, and you've got to do 2 levels on 2 characters, you're probably going to go through about 4 of those packs.
Yeah,
looking at $40.
I mean, I don't even have Chupio. Chupio still hasn't relicked yet. He's like gear 11, right? But all the other ones are relic 3 because of previous packs. right? So now this bumps them up to Relic 5. So, I question myself, is it worth it? And it sounds like it is. I'm actually looking at that R2-D2 pack because none of my characters are relicked at all. In fact, some of them haven't even been started farming.
No, that's,
so now,
if not, that's a good pack because there's two that I don't have, and it's Shore Trooper and Death Trooper, who are both really good. I have the other ones worked on. I want it just for that. And I've seen some like beginner kids saying Imperial Troopers suck. If someone's telling the Imperial Troopers suck, they don't know what they're talking about, people. Imperial Troopers are fantastic.
This pack would have been amazing when the stupid other raid was out. Now it's too late. God damn it.
So speaking of like niche things like this, these kind of teams are needed for galactic challenges. And Nar kind of said something earlier in chat. What if there's a light speed bundle for this faction? Let's say Tuskens have a light side, whatever the fuck it's called, light speed bundle. Let's say they have one. Well, when a galactic challenge comes around, bring that one back if you need Tuskens. I guarantee you're going to sell a boatload.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So Jawas come around. Have a Jawa LSB. And they're going to sell more because it's like, fuck, I don't have these.
100%.
It's a really good idea that he had in there.
Honestly, that hits a nail on the head about marketing beautifully. If we did start getting like Tuskens, Jawas, and things like that, whenever these GCs roll around, number one, it is using FOMO against people because suddenly, congratulations, you can get this if you spend money. That is a horrible way of doing it, but at the same time is if you spend money, you do it once, and the rest of these get easier.
I'm sorry, I can't complain about the LSBs. I find a lot of things to complain about. I can find the worst in every single thing. LSBs are just really good. One of the ones I regret not getting on because, well, I don't have any money, but Night Sister bundle. I think the Night Sister the Night Sister one's actually very in-game friendly because even in-gamers don't have a lot of those shit Night Sisters, and they had no reason to until very, very recently when Great Mothers came out. So really, even in-gamers, unless you're just insanely in-game like a whale, you don't have those acolytes, initiates, spirits up. Maybe spirit, but you don't have a lot of those up. So that's actually one of the best ones there is because no matter who you are, you're going to want Great Mothers. And now you can free-to-play farm her through Cantina, which is very friendly. So even a fucking 4 million account can go get Great Mothers. So that's a very good one to get as well. Real quick, I want to say, since CG despises me so much, and it's the feeling's mutual, they're bringing out a whole brand new Bad Batch team here next year. So it's time for a Bad Batch. Call it the LV pack, right, or whatever. But it's time for it's time for an OG Bad Batch LSB, and I'm hoping if there's 6 new ones, it's got to be Bad Batch. Like they're about to be irrelevant. They already kind of have become irrelevant, but it'll help me for my because I don't have LV yet, so I hope that's one of them.
Yeah, you're just never going to farm LV. We already know that.
I mean, so what's the next thing after C and Luke, right? It just becomes Kenobi and Vader?
Yep. So eventually, the light speed's going to come. So
eventually. Next year, 2025, baby. Woo woo!
Also, a lot of
that'll be the announcement.
A lot of these
for SW25.
Yep.
But a lot of these requirements for these GLs eventually start crossing over, so it's just going to help you more and more and more. Is Mon Mothma needed for more than one?
Profundity, right? Profundity.
Yeah, I feel like she's needed for a couple things. I feel like maybe Wedge and Biggs are too. I don't know.
Wedge and Biggs. Good question. Let me see. I'm looking right now.
It's not that important, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of these shitty characters that are required for more than one, so it's actually more value than you think. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm always excited about LSB, even if I don't get one. It's really cool to see them.
I will be super excited for C, man. If that comes out, I'm going to benefit huge.
Just one thing is to make Bones laugh. His best friend, other co-host, is being naughty as hell trying to climb onto the shelves behind me that you guys can't see. He's trying to break the fourth wall.
We got to make him our mascot. I love that guy. He's over there destroying your stuff when you're arguing with me. That's my guy. That's my buddy.
He's like, light speeds, no, I want to climb onto that shelf. Because it's got my dreamies hidden on it. I know they're back there.
He loves to get on his shoulders and launch off up there. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I call him Abe. That's my name for him. Short for Abeloth.
All right.
Abe.
Okay,
what else can I complain about?
Next topic. So today, today for me, we had a puzzle come out, which eventually, just because we weren't expecting it, General Syndulla is coming to the game, and she has been converted at Relic 5 for Glatt. And it also confirmed that Ahsoka's ship is the ship. There's no other random dick plates, not the requirement.
Yeah,
it's not some other random thing.
Yeah.
It is just Ahsoka's ship, which I'm pretty sure you get from just being level 85 beginning the game.
Yeah.
What do you mean Ahsoka ship? That means the capital ship?
No, the Starfighter.
Her Jedi Starfighter. The one that looks like Anakin's.
Gotcha.
I did piss off a lot of puzzle solvers last night because I solved the puzzle instantly. I just crossed my eyes and all the text made sense, and I told everyone General Syndulla is coming soon. And a lot of people got mad at that. They were mad that the idiot of Swaga was able to solve it before everyone else. So I apologize, puzzle goers, if I ruined it for you. But I've become the puzzle master. I don't even have to look it up anymore. I already know what it's going to be.
Sometimes it's not the destination, it's the journey. And you ruin the journey for them.
Why are you guys, even if you love puzzles, why are you doing it? You already know what I know that you love puzzles, Womp Rat. I know that you love doing those kind of things, but why not go play a game because you say there's games on the Steam that make you solve puzzles like that. Why are you wasting your time solving this puzzle? Go play a game that makes you do that.
So the reason for it is, number one, is something different every time. Like, they've used stoichionography before, they've used all sorts of different methods. Most games that you come across online are one sort of puzzle over and over again. That's part of it, but yeah. My first thoughts on this were, actually, they're doing this right now, because we're going to get Hera's kit next Friday or Thursday. We're not going to get it Monday or Tuesday. We are going to get it later in the week, because she won't come out till the week after. So they're doing this right finally, where we're getting the puzzle far enough in front that once it's solved, it's creating a little bit of a, ooh, okay. And yeah, it is only the ability names that we're getting, like it's the holdout blasters, pulling rank. It's not just going to sit, it's not just going to sit around an unauthorized mission.
Okay, I need you to bring the positivity down a little bit, because we already knew this was coming. The point of these puzzles in the past were telling us something we didn't know was coming. They've lost sight of what these puzzles even mean. It used to introduce something that we didn't even see coming at all. And then it was like a once or twice a year thing. Now it's just watered down and no one cares. But go ahead.
Now they've got it right. Now they've got it right where it's release, and then a week later the kit, then it's going to be into the game. Now they can start heading towards now we don't know what's coming.
But we did.
Yeah, we know.
How is it right? We knew that. I'm confused.
Moving from now onwards, he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
we'll see.
Not because we know now.
Right.
Hold on. Just like you told us to wait a month on the pass, you need to wait to see the next puzzle. Because the next puzzle needs to be something, if you're saying they're doing it right now, the next puzzle needs to be something we don't see. But guess what? They've already told us Bad Batch. So now when we see another puzzle, it's going to be, all right, fucking Bad Batch. Okay. You know.
So yeah, we know it's Bad Batch. Now, this is where I'm going to agree with Meathead quite a bit. These puzzles were made a while ago, pipelines changed and speeds changed, which is why we got some dodgy information which really pissed off the community. Okay, fine. However, the reason I like this now that they've got it back to how it should be, that we're getting the puzzle, then we get the kit, then we're getting told everything, and we're getting information at the right time. If they can keep this right, we get to the Bad Batch, yeah? So what they do instead is, okay, start of the era, oh, by the way, such and such is coming as a puzzle. We knew it was a member of the Bad Batch, or we know it's one of 5 characters connected to the last series, but we don't know what. It could be that the first one announced is Sarge. We don't know what the next one is. We don't know who the next one is. It could be anything. And this is why, sitting here now, I am actually hoping that these puzzles continue the right way. And instead of giving us all the information, yeah, the second character we're likely to always know. We're always going to know it before the puzzle, which is going to be annoying. But if the puzzle comes out at the right time, and then suddenly say, okay, the first puzzle of the new year points to, oh, who's the one we have always wanted? Oh, wait. If it points to him as the first character, it's like, what? Hang on. Yeah, okay, I want that. I now want that. And that's the whole thing of this. Now they've got them set up right, it's a chance to start using them properly to give us the stuff we really want.
Here's my problem.
I agree with you 95%, but I think there's still one puzzle coming for Galactic Legend Ahsoka.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I don't know whether it'll be like the skill names, maybe. You know, that same pictures we've just got for General Syndulla. But I still see one of them coming, and then next year we'll have our Bad Batch Season 3. Yeah.
All right.
There's only like fucking 10 characters in the season, so that are like different. So it's gonna be, we'll be able to guess.
But in typical CG fashion, they've taken something that was beloved to me and just oversaturated it and ruined it for me. I like
Bad Batch.
No, the fucking puzzles. It was a once a year thing, and it took like fucking 24 to 48 hours and it included content creators. It was a gigantic community. Now it's like 10 people are in a fucking in a VC figuring it out in like 2 seconds. But before it was a gigantic like weekend long thing that included content creators, included developers. There was reveals. That was beloved to me. It was like something I could not wait for, and they would drop it on you. Now it's just like I'm rolling my eyes at them. I don't. You've now made something that I really, really enjoyed. I didn't solve the puzzles. I just love. Like I would stay up all night and fall asleep to people like progressing. Like I would wake up to them still working on it and stuff like that. And now it's just like you've taken something I like and I don't care. And Wampert, I keep raining on your parade time after time. It's just personally they've just oversaturated, watered it down, and now I don't care. And I've had this conversation with people who enjoy puzzles and they love it. And I know you're a puzzle guy. Havorius is a puzzle guy, and he said the same thing. It's just something for puzzle people. Well, how do you enjoy it when by the time you even see that it's up, it's already solved? I solved it before you guys even started working on it. So
the main thing that I take away from it is, number one, these smaller puzzles, they're not as fun as they used to be. What I would really hope that they do is when it comes round to not this new era, probably the era after that, is we get a huge puzzle that does take the time to crack to find out the era. I would love that every 3 months we get a really challenging puzzle. The problem is, to make something like that takes months. And at the moment, we know that these puzzles are not taking that long to produce. They're not being fully built out as much as they could be. You look at the ARG that I'm currently building up that is basically a giant puzzle from hell. And so far, I've had one person, get to stage 4.
Then then reach
There
out.
are 28
and offer
stages
help.
currently active.
Do help. You'll do it for free. They don't have to worry about it. So just say, hey, I'll be your puzzle guy. And there you go.
Honestly, if Meathead or any of those reached out to me and said, can you help us make some horribly good puzzles that will last days, I would love to sit there and do it. I love stoichography, which is similar to what was done on the last one, where we had to go into your favorite program in the world and look at the sound file that was given.
I thought you were going to say ChatGPT.
Audacity?
Yeah.
It's not my favorite in the world. I thought you were going to say like a calculator or something. Something I never use.
But it's like, honestly, the fact that you had to strip the file off, you had to load it in Audacity, you had to then look at the actual sound wave, and it spelled out the bit.ly link. That was beautifully done. Something like that at the end of a whole chain of puzzle into puzzle into puzzle would have been a beautiful end. But having that as a singular piece is like, here's an absolutely beautifully designed part of a puzzle that's just being, here's a part. They could have done so much more to get to that point. And that would have been absolutely amazing to see that done.
Listen,
I am hoping to all hell that they turn around and go, okay, here's an era puzzle for the next one. And all of a sudden we find out it's not just one step. It's 3, 4, 5, and we're 2, 3 in the morning after it's been released and nobody's still got the answer. And there's YouTubers and everybody else jumping on going, what the fuck? And at that point, I would even be turning around and going, guys, there's a puzzle out. I'm jumping in. Because these short puzzles, I see them and it's like, yeah, I struggled to work out the bit.ly link. I actually realized I made a mistake towards the end. And it's like, it didn't take long. It took me about 2 hours and I'd worked it out. And it's like, for somebody that enjoys the ridiculousness of a hard puzzle, I would love to see them bring out something absolutely monstrous for each era. Because could you imagine it? Every 3 months, creators are sat there. Scribe could be the one that's kicking it all off every 3 months on the Friday night gap where it's like, shit, it's dropped. And then you're going to get all the ones that enjoy the puzzles popping in, or the ones starting to calculate it all and starting to work it out. And all of a sudden it's like, we're 5 levels in and no fucker knows any information yet.
Yeah.
But the best part about a really good puzzle is dead ends and red herrings. And I have not seen a single one yet from CG. Apart from in the Hondo one, there was 3 and I fell for every fucking one.
And that was the last good one.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he's nice. Meathead's nice. Just reach out to him, introduce yourself, tell him who you are, and just say, hey, tell him all the things that you do, like about puzzles, and just offer your help. I guarantee he'll take it on you. Because that's probably less stuff that they have to worry about. And just tell him, like, I'll do it for free. I like it for fun. Yeah. And he's a nice guy. He'll respond back to you. It's just like, I'll be like, hey, bring Teak to the game. He's not going to respond or anything. I've already tried that.
The major part for me is I already have to sign NDAs because of the jobs that I do. I already have to agree to very weird terms. For me, I will never leak those informations. It's like, I'm on a game testing now that is in alpha. I have been given a key, so I could pay the public alpha side. But I'm also in their private alpha doing other things, doing weird testing, where they go, can you test this raid? Can you test this mechanic? Can you test this little cave out for us? And it's like, okay, give me half an hour and I'll run it.
What game is this?
I can't talk about it publicly. The public side of it is Ashes of Creation. I can talk about the public side. I can't talk about any of the other stuff that I'm loving doing.
No, I'm just talking about the game itself. I'm not asking you what you're doing as testing. Like, the game is called Ashes of Destruction?
Ashes of Creation. Basically, it's a MMO that's complete open world. So it's not like WoW, it's not like Lord of the Rings where you're led down a path. Mm-hmm. It is literally no path. You get to the start of it and you go, well, what am I meant to do? I've got all these quests that I can do, but the quest will send you every direction. It's not, oh yeah, go down this path to get your level up. It's like we were joking about it on with somebody the other day that they haven't got a mount yet. They're level 20, which is nearly the cap that we're at, and they hadn't got the mount quest and didn't know where it was. The first quest that I do is the mount quest. I can get mounted at level 1. But if you forget to do the quest, you don't do it, you forget about it, you bugger off. You can be the other side of the map and realise, shit, I've got to walk back now.
So is this a
and there is no fast travel?
I like getting mounted at level 1.
What map?
Is in alpha. It's in alpha.
I just said I like being mounted at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
No,
also, after today, since I have an MSF counter, Womprack gets a WoW counter. Thank you very much.
All right, I can do that.
Okay.
All right.
I'll bring it up. I'll make it. I'll even make you a fuck wow moment for you.
I'm just gonna copy the I'm just gonna copy the MSF one and change it to WoW. It's literally 3 letters to 3 letters. Like,
all right. So I think it's enough on the puzzle part.
Yeah.
I think we are all on the same page of that. But
yeah.
So yeah. So I did have tinfoil hat that the Ahsoka ship was going to be some kind of marquee or galactic chase. They were just placeholder. That's one of the first ships that were ever in the game. It might have been it might have been already in the game when it first started. That's good. General Syndulla, Hugh Wang. So there's one we don't know yet, right? We do know it, but officially we don't, right?
Yeah, it is very likely to be Plo Koon.
Yes. And why is that, Wombrat?
It's in the daily chest. It's because of how they've roughly made the selections. It's one of those where it's like, the second they confirmed it was Ahsoka's ship, it was like, it's a pretty given thing that is going to be Plo Koon.
But
most of us already have him at R5.
For people who don't know, explain like who's in the pack, and that's why we think it's Plo Koon.
Yeah, so it's the daily chest you get off the web store. His shards are in there. It's one of those of there's always reasons why shards are in
along
things.
With who? That's what made me confirm it. Like who his shards are along with who?
I haven't got the rest of the list, but it is other Ahsoka requirements.
It's Enoch, it's Peridia, and it's Night Trooper and Plo Koon. It's just those 4. So it's like, why is Plo Koon thrown in with the other 2 marquees? What does he have to do with any of it? So this has been a thing for a month or two that we think it's going to be a requirement. So I think it's a safe guess to say Plo Koon. He's also, lore-wise, did he have anything to do with Ahsoka?
Yeah, loads.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got tons of stuff with Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. But also, people are thinking R9 because most people have him highly relicked for Negotiator.
No.
There's no way he's going to be R9.
Just saying. And he's a tank, so
Nah.
he'd be safe.
No.
I use Plo Koon everywhere, even without the Datacron. He goes with my Star Killer team.
Yep. Right. So we've covered even the next point, which was Ahsoka's ship. It's needed at 7 stars. The amount of bloody lightspeed bundles that ship has been in. If you bought one, you're likely to have it.
Yeah.
I think it's been in like 4 different ones now.
Has
so
it?
It's like, yeah. It was in the
negotiator
one. It was in the negotiator. It was in another one. It's been in that many. It's like, if you've bought one, you're likely to just have it by accident. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All
right, cool.
Now we're to the last few subjects.
Next topic.
Conquest.
Well, we can wrap those 2 up into the one.
Yeah.
Sort of follows on. So, yeah. If you haven't
2 days, 3 hours, guys. 2 days, 3 hours. Tell Conquest right now.
Yeah. If you haven't already, Wombrat, along with his Datacron stuff, he is now doing the Conquest feats. So he's got 6 videos. He's got an intro one, or 7 videos to be. An intro one, global feats, and then each of the sectors. So he literally goes through and talks through what the feats are, what the best teams are, what the shitty teams are, what teams you can get it done with. And I literally sat there and watched them all today and got my teams ready for Conquest. So if you guys haven't already, go and watch them because they're really straightforward, nice and simple. I think the longest video was like 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
So he doesn't waffle on or anything. If you click on, there's one there where you can find out more about the hosts. It's on our Linktree thing. He's got a whole heap. He's got about 3 different panels there that you can go and find stuff from him.
I do want to say that Womprat's fucking killing it, but he's not known quite yet. Like, he's working his ass off, guys. He knows his shit. He hangs out with top people that do know their shit.
There we go.
And, like, he's getting hate from people, from other content creators and other people because they think he's wrong, when really he knows more than your favorite content creator does. And you need to be paying attention to Womprat. Like, he's getting a lot of hate. That usually means that usually means they're doing something right. And he keeps telling people, no, that's not right. And he ends up being right. So
he's definitely better than he's definitely smarter than my favorite content creator.
Well, everyone's smarter than me. Hopefully you're talking about me. If not,
no, he's talking about other things that we can't mention. But the main thing that makes me laugh about things is I sit there and I openly say this. We have a room on my Discord that is called Datacrons Anonymous. The day a new Datacron pack drops out, I log in there as soon as I'm able to, and I work my ass off working through each one. Is this going to be a good combo? Is this going to be a nasty combo? How annoying is this going to be? And something to point out is what happened to Scribe last night. He ran into a Dengarcron with a stun level 6 and the heal level and the revive level 3, which is something we've been talking about. And it's like how to piss a content creator off to the stage of he ended up having to throw Starkiller at a 2-man team to kill it. Because it was like, what's anti-stun, high damage, and not going to fucking get trapped? Well, this.
I thought, he's not a tank, is he? I thought tanks could only revive.
No. So he he went with Bosk. So Bosk, Boba Fett, and Dengar, congratulations, you fuck up, they're going to heal up fast. And secondly, if you can't kill them quick enough, they're just going to be sitting there going, screw you, I take loads of turns, fuck you all.
That's good to know.
And you get trapped by it.
I had the Dengar Kron, I just didn't know what comp to put with him. So
yeah. Honestly, you are going to get trapped behind it. That stun means you've got to either throw GL because they don't get stunned, or you've got to throw a team that is immune to stun, or you've got to sit there and go, well, I'm going to have to pull this apart. The problem is, pulling it apart isn't going to be comfortable. Pulling it apart is just going to hurt. So yeah, one of those.
All right, so we don't have to talk about Conquest because Womp has already done it on his channel. So go check it out.
That's awesome. I didn't even know you had the channel, so I'm definitely subscribing right now.
Thank you very much,
cool
buddy.
People are doing it. And everyone who's fucking hating on Womp Rat, fuck you guys. Because you're just mad because he's right and you guys are fucking wrong.
The thing that makes me laugh, though, is when it comes around to Datacrons, I put in so much effort. And I love it. Scribe dropped a couple of battles. Yeah, exactly. He dropped a couple of battles against it. Yes, he had a few terminate. But it's also the fact that look at the teams he threw against it. It's not like they were soft teams.
Yeah,
and
I'm sober.
Of it.
Scribe drunk is smarter than me sober. So, and I still can get past shit like that. That's what I'm saying. So, just because he's drunk doesn't mean like that was the reason why he failed. Like,
yeah. Well,
that kind of sounded like you were arguing against yourself.
What do you mean? I'm just saying, just because Scribe was drunk doesn't mean that's the reason why he failed. That's what I mean. And I get past a lot of stuff, and even when I'm sober.
The major thing that I got to laugh at is we know Scribe checks insights, and he did, and every team that was up was a good win rate. But I don't know if it had the Datacron, because every team that I've checked against that Datacron has a horrifically low win rate. Right, you, come on, get down now.
He's on the shelf, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Dude is not getting off of him. If you're not watching live and listening to the podcast, like, this cat is not getting off his shoulder. It's like his ass on his head. Like, he was not going. That's why you watch live.
Yeah. Now, just as the next part, something we talked about, something we've decided to do, we are going to throw the VoDs onto YouTube. They're going to go onto my channel. They're all going to be in one single massive playlist. So you'll be easily able to find them as long as you find one. They'll all have the playlist link and everything else. So if you did just miss the cat attack that has now broken me green screen ever so slightly. Yeah, maybe. Did that work? No. Come here.
So,
Nah.
which is even more of a reason to subscribe to Womp Rat, because that's where you'll find our previously recorded podcast. So, many reasons to subscribe to Womp.
Yeah.
So that's where all of them are going to go from today. I'm likely to be doing it straight after the stream just to get it done and everything else. But honestly, guys, it all helps. YouTube is something that I've worked on for a while now. And the reason we're putting the podcasts over there is so that you guys can watch them still. Because silly things like that, silly things like if Bones falls through his chair again, where are you going to see that? We don't want that lost to time, guys. Come on.
Also, Bones is too fucking lazy to upload it to YouTube in general. So that's why we have Womp Rat. I do the podcast. It takes me like 5 minutes to put on the sites. It takes like fucking 2 hours to upload a fucking 3-hour pod, like, video-wise on the YouTube. It's not fun.
And
I couldn't even get it to work because we weren't verified or some shit. So, yeah.
I don't know. But,
Womp's the YouTube guy, so we're leaving it to him.
Fellas, we're almost to hit 3 hours, so what's on the agenda?
That's it. Just the podcast questions now.
Yeah, and while you do that, I'm getting set up for my next stream. Because I'm going straight into it, guys, after this.
All right, so this week's question. We've got first questions come from TK. Can we call new Ray Nasty Ray? What are we calling Ray?
TK is going around to every fucking podcast question area and trying to get Nasty Ray. What's nasty about her? You don't know what she does in the sheets. She was there for 2 seconds. There's nothing to tell us how freaky she is or how nasty she is. Unless she just has bad breath from those crazy teeth. That's a little nasty. But my name it's Ray to Play. I think it might be Steve's name. I don't remember. Someone in chat. Ray to Play. That's what I'm sticking with.
My personal one at the moment is Angry Ray. Because she does look angry.
Gnomercy?
I don't even know. I don't even know why they even chose this person. I'm just calling her non-existent.
Yes, because no one cares about the fucking sequels, especially of Vision. That's not even canon.
Yeah, I don't understand this. Why go that route? Like, why did you go that route? Who's a Ray fan? Raise your hand, please, so I can come after you.
And I'm right behind him. I'll let Gnomercy take the bullet, but then I'm coming after you right afterwards.
That's fine. I'll take the bullet. I don't mind.
How do I put my hand even further down, guys? How do I put my hand even further down?
What do you mean? You're touching yourself?
If I were to call the Ray a name, it would be a nasty one that shouldn't be said. But it's definitely the hard R followed by Ray.
We were calling her just straight up bitch on Three Scoundrels. Like Logan.
Well, I'm not going to say the word because it's probably going to be offensive to some. So hard R Ray, that's what I'm calling it.
Are you saying retard?
There you go. You said it for me.
Everyone gets mad about that. Like I I've grown up saying retard. I think it's a good word to call people if you're being an idiot. It's just offensive enough, but not too offensive. Because
Or just call her Riri.
Yeah, and I think it's more. I think Mike said it's even worse in like across the seas. I guess like it makes them cringe, but like, come on, quit being a retard.
Yeah. But in saying that, we call people cunts. So
I was gonna say cut is like, oh, ouch.
Listen, I'm just as equally offended that they're bringing this Ray out. So
I heard on this, I think it was the Scoundrels, Dark Ray was. I thought that's okay.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. But
you forgot about Dre? Because that's what I want to do.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah.
D-R-E-Y.
Yeah. That was a good one, though. I agree.
Or where the fuck is Snoke?
People are so mad about
that.
That one.
Okay.
Because what? Okay, like.
Okay.
All right. Where in Kylo Ren's life, who had the better or more influence on his ability to make him a better bad person?
I mean, they're both irrelevant. He was made irrelevant.
At least Snoke was like had influence on Kylo's life.
The only relevant, we don't even know that. We just know they talked one time in a throne room. There's no backstory.
No, it was more than once, right?
It was a couple of times.
It was a couple of times that they spoke. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a couple of times.
And like he was like ordering him around and stuff.
Yeah.
He just had more screen time. That was it.
Yeah. No.
But I agree.
Anyway.
I agree. I'd rather have Snoke. But my guess is Snoke gets.
Yeah.
This is what I see.
Snoke gets a good.
I probably see Snoke as a leader to like maybe a Praetorian Guard, and some other shit. Maybe what's that Kylo Ren led a team that was supposed to be. It was like set up real big. As,
I got you. Yes. Yeah.
Which I'd be down to collect that. Like I hate Acolyte, but I'd like Saul and a couple of the characters. I'd still like to collect them. So I'd be cool with Snoke and like I keep going.
That's a good idea. Snoke being a sea lifter, that'd be a good idea.
They don't need lifted. Here, okay, I want to go to this. Slacker doesn't need lifted. He doesn't need lifted, and she's insane.
No.
But Steve needs the lifter. He's already got Bane, and obviously that isn't enough.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not used with him.
SLKR currently does not need a lifter.
No, he does not.
No.
But CG is selling us currently a problem. Ray and SLKR will be the solution that we also have to pay for to the problem that we are paying for currently.
You talking about Ahsoka? GL Ahsoka?
Ahsoka will be beaten by SLKR with Ray.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's true.
So the problem is coming in December. Ray will get released, June, February? February? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you're not gonna be able to beat
2 months.
Ahsoka for
2 months with Galactic Legend Ahsoka. Ray will drop. SLKR, because you've got all the turn meter reduction shit. Yeah, buttered sandwich.
I'm so glad you get that, because I'll explain it terribly to people. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I would be very surprised if that is not the counter for Galactic.
Galactic.
I like that.
I like calling it that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've got a problem coming, and I think the solution's coming a couple months later.
I agree. I also wanted to say earlier, I can't wait for the shit show of the time they're not around to fix things. Like, think. I mean, we don't know how bugged Ahsoka's going to be.
Man.
When we unlock her, they're not going to be around. I'm sure one person's going to be at the laptop, Well,
they should have learned their lesson from the Leviathan, right? Like, make sure there's people in the office before you let this out.
I think it's going to be... They're going to come back just burning down, I think.
Yeah.
Provided the event runs properly and people can unlock her, they're not going to worry about the actual, unless she's shit. Then they'll worry. If she is overpowered, it's not. We're not going to have anything until Galactic Ray what's her name? Fucking Dark Side Ray comes out.
That's right.
And then it doesn't beat her. And then shit will get fixed.
Yeah, Steve, I hope they learn. However, I know they haven't. So they're going to release Ray, then they're going to pack up, they're all going to leave. Tomorrow morning, they see the shitstorm of the forums. Then they're like, oh, we'll fix it on Monday.
Well, Ray, I think, will be, as soon as they're coming back, Ray will be getting released. So I think they timed that because they probably know it's going to get broken. Now, Ahsoka will be released while they're gone. You said Ray, I don't know which one you meant, but I think they've timed it to where right when they're coming back, Ray will be,
No, so they come back like mid-January, so it will still have a bit of time before Ray is out. Honestly, I'm just hoping that they don't make a complete shit show of this release. That's all I'm hoping.
Well, don't hold your breath.
I wish you could see my face.
I was just about to say, don't hold it.
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that. We all, you know what? I hope for the best and I expect the worst. And usually I'm right.
Did we actually answer names?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Mine's Ray to Play.
I covered a few.
Gnomercy's one, I Don't Care. And yours was Dr. Dre / Where's Snoke.
Yes, that's right.
Let's keep it moving.
Yep. Last question.
There's 2 questions? Yeah. Come on, you fucker. Step it up. We're almost 30 episodes in. It's time for more than 2 fucking questions.
I actually don't know how to even look this one up. So, what are your top 3 topics that come up on your YouTube algorithm? No cheating.
Right, I go.
Is that just literally open up YouTube and then what?
Yeah,
click on the search and it will tell you what's coming up.
Alright, I'm doing it right now.
So wait, you open up YouTube and then what? And then I guess on the top it says it?
Well,
are we sharing screen to prove it?
It's usually like the top 3 videos or the top 6 videos give you a rough idea.
Okay.
Mine just comes up with searches. The last 3 things I've searched.
Okay.
No, mine's like if you open YouTube, it should show you like videos that you're kind of watching. Yeah.
But my third one is a content creator I haven't watched in like 5 years. I don't even know why that's the third one up there.
Okay.
So, just to give you a laugh with mine comes up, Ranger Stream. Then, What the Fuck Is Wrong With You? Which is a channel that I watch a lot because it's like, it's a social engineering channel that is just completely messed up to hell. They cover some fucked up shit. And How to Make an RC Speedboat using paper clips.
Nice.
Mine's pretty messed up, to be honest.
I can't really top that, but that was good.
Yours is confused as shit.
My algorithm has no clue what day of the week it is, let alone anything else.
So my top search is the cheat code to see Lara Croft's boobs in Tomb Raider 2. Still haven't figured that one out yet. You know, as a kid, that was your top thing. Like when Tomb Raider 2 came out, how do we see her boobs? And there's a meme that like goes back, like how bad do we want to see her boobs? And now you go back and look at it, and it's like 3 polygons. It's like the worst looking boob ever. It doesn't even look like a boob anymore. But anyways, mine is Chief News, Stardew Valley tips and tricks, and just like Swugga videos. And really, I don't watch Swugga videos except for just this last week has been crazy. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. No mercy?
Go on, Ozzy, mate.
All right, so mine is all over the place. So I've been starting to play Pokemon Pocket, so there's a bunch of pack opening videos in front. I've got some Star Wars, Swuggo content. Like, definitely I've got Arnold right here in the middle. And then I've got metal, like, mixes of my music that I listen to. So, like, metal music, hip-hop. Like, I listen to all sorts of stuff. So that's pretty much what I've got pretty much plastered all over my YouTube.
It's funny you say that, Gnomercy, because my fourth is Pokemon opening You know, when they do a bunch of mass openings. Do you watch Pokey Rev? He's my favorite one.
I do.
I love that guy. I'm getting into more and more, but yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's more like when I fall asleep type of thing. You know, like I put that on just to kind of fall asleep.
Because I'm so poor, I can't do it myself. So I'm like,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I do it too. I can't afford that. Let me watch someone who can.
And you still kind of get that dopamine hit of them doing
it. Exactly.
So I like it.
Now, before we allow Aussie Mike to answer, can we just have a couple of guesses here? I'm thinking at least the Wiggles is in his top 6.
Wiggles, Adrian and Chechik breaking back, and how to defeat you.
All right.
How to avoid drop bears or emus. Yeah, that could be a good one.
Video 1, Bit Dynasty, Tuskens vs. Droids. Video 2, One Last Time. It's a song from Hamilton. Apparently they sung it with the United States Army Band. I actually haven't watched that one. And third one is top 10 movie musical songs that gave us chills from Miss Mojo.
Oh, so does the Wiggles even appear in your top 6?
It should. Damn.
No. I don't look up Wiggles on YouTube though.
So I just want to say that
maybe on Spotify maybe, but
the 2 whitest people I've ever met in my life are 2 of my co-hosts. Avant is number 2, and you are most definitely the number 1 whitest person I've ever met in my life. Mike clutches his man purse when a black person walks by. I love the silence. Continue on.
I'm not even gonna. Yeah, so that's my 3.
Now, honestly, guys, we've done really good this week. We've literally just gone over 3 hours, which is really goddamn impressive considering what we did last week. We only overshot by an hour and a bit. It's fine. But now I'm about to change into a different screen because I can't transmit a different screen to what I am on because there's going to be a weird raid.
So
instead of me raiding here, I'm going to be raid. What? I don't get it.
I'm the one having to raid, right?
So today you're our intermission.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? Can you let me know this
sandwich.
Stuff? Can you guys let me know these things before? He's like, you can't do intros anymore. I'm like, were you gonna let me know that before the fucking show? So am I raiding him or not?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you say you were
you're gonna raid to Wombrat?
Okay. I don't mind raiding you. I just didn't know if you said you were doing the raid. So I need you to go live.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, I am already live. The scene you are seeing is me actually live, guys.
Oh, I unfollowed you. That's right. Let me go follow you again.
What are you like? Unfollowing me?
I'm just fucking with you.
Fucking finally got first on your thing. Nobody beat me.
I had to refresh. All right, guys, that is another week in review. Gnomercy, man, good chilling with you. Gnomercy, I'm gonna get a hold of you soon, and I want to get you on 3 Scoundrels, brother.
Sounds good, my brother.
Even though I despise the 3 Scoundrels podcast, they're pretty cool guys. They're getting Urzatron on. They're gonna do a special Monday show this week, but I might get you on next week. But yeah, Urzatron will be on. That's gonna be that dude's like influenced me to want to be a content creator. So this is like a big deal for me. I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys do watch 3 Scoundrels, we'll be doing it on Monday, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will be having Urzatron, the man, the myth, the legend, on there, and it's going to be a really good time. So,
and it's not Urz level. It's actually bigger. Our host next week.
Yes. So Urz is second best. I would say Kate Gaming is probably first on my list.
Oh man, you spoiled it.
Well,
damn it!
I hadn't said the name. It was supposed to be like a teaser, the cliffhanger for the episode.
Once again, you guys are letting me know these things.
Bones.
Like
Do you watch any TV?
My wife hates me because also you guys are going to go to raid in the middle of this, but my wife hates me because she'll tell me something, and I'll say it out loud, and she's like, that was supposed to be secret. Like, tell me not to say it then. But, guys, we're leaving. 5 seconds to go. We love you guys. Have a good weekend.
Right. See you guys.
next time.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
And now we're getting a raid, so...
All right.
And